My 1 hour comedy special, The Machine, airs on Showtime November 11th at 10 p.m. That's right, everybody. I am very pleased to announce my 1 hour comedy special on Showtime, The Machine, airs 11/11 at 10 p.m. So do me a favor. Spread the word, tell your friends, set your DVRs, put it on your post-it at work, tattoo it on your arm, watch it in your Machine shirt that you can get at Bert.com, and tell everyone The Machine, 11/11 at 10 p.m.
Thank you, gentlemen and guns, coming.
Hey guys, brand new podcast, and I know you're going to love this one, but do me a favor. Spread it on your social media. Tell everyone about my hour special, The Machine, on Showtime, 11/11 at 10 p.m. All right, let's real quick do some tour dates. I'm in Philadelphia, Helium, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Philadelphia on the 6th at 12. I'm doing a Call-In Sick to Work show. Get your tickets, Philly. It is going to sell out. It's going to be insane because we have a Thursday late show that night, too. Comics Comedy Club the weekend after that, the Mohegan Sun. Gotham Comedy Club the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Mermaids in Fayetteville, Arkansas on the 28th of October. Dayton Funny Bone, my birthday weekend on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But the 3rd is my birthday. Bring me a present. Surprise me. Don't surprise me with, just, you know what? Just come to the show. I'm in Baltimore Comedy Factory the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And as I will say, ridiculously over the top, nonstop for the next straight month, the 11th, is my Showtime comedy special, The Machine. Shirtless. 11/11/10. All right. God, then I got a couple weeks off. Tampa Improv, first week of December. Morty's, Fort Lauderdale, Levity Live, New Year's Eve. I have a whole bunch of tour dates coming up in 2017 that we are locked in. Real quick, I want to talk to you about my buddy, Zane Lamprey. He's going to be on the podcast next week, but he has a Kickstarter right now for his adventure hoodie, and I absolutely love what Zane's doing. He is fucking fascinating. So all I'm saying is there's a link at Bert.com, okay? Click that link for the adventure hoodie and buy yourself an adventure hoodie. It's a Kickstarter. He has raised over $1 million. He doesn't need the money. It's a badass product, and you need the product. That is the way I look at this. He did another one called the Drinking Hoodie, and it fucking was the number 3 selling product ever on Kickstarter. I think now he is number 1. He is putting out good products. That's why they're selling. So go to Bert.com, go to Bertcast.com, find the link for the adventure hoodie. I've posted it on my Twitter, on my Facebook. It's simple as that. I'd give you the regular link, but it's a Kickstarter link, and it's a little complicated. So just do that. Go to Bert.com or Bertcast.com and get yourself an adventure hoodie. Watch the video of what it all offers. Zane's a solid dude, so go get it right now. Today is my 200th episode of my podcast. My beautiful wife, Leanne, is sitting right behind me. Do you want to say anything, Leanne?
Yes, I want to say I'm very proud of you.
Are you really?
I am really proud of you. That's a big deal. 200 is really amazing.
I'm very proud of me too. Considering other people have done a lot more, I'm still proud that I stuck with it.
Me too.
Has it been a pain in your ass?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
And it's such a beautiful way to hang out with friends and have conversations with people I haven't gotten an opportunity to meet or talk to or sit down with for a long time. Right?
Yes.
Who's your favorite person you met in the 200?
Miss Pat.
Really? Mm-hmm. Miss Pat?
Love her.
Love her? Mm-hmm. Who's number 2?
Number 2. Probably Bob.
Bob.
Or Bill.
Or Bill.
Or Tom.
Bill or Tom.
But I already knew Tom.
What a perfect segue.
There you go.
So to celebrate 200, I thought I would talk to 2 of my older friends in this business and bring them in and no pretense, have cigars, a little bit of bourbon, and sit in my man cave and just bullshit. And man, I've sat through 200 of these. Well, a few more than 200. There's one with Allison Rosen that we had to delete. But there's a few that we had to delete. And there's a couple I lost. But This is a great one. It really is. If you're a fan of me, Bill, or Tom, you're going to absolutely love this conversation. I giggled harder throughout it, and I think this is going to force me to step up my game and really bring in friends that don't get to hang out enough and have a few drinks and have some cigars and just bullshit for 2.5 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, the 200th episode of the Bertcast. Hey, and if you haven't, would you please rate, review, and subscribe? That's so 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, the 200th episode of the Bertcast. Please welcome my good friends, Bill Burr and Tom Segura.
This is the Bertcast.
Hello. I think all our...
Check, check. Microphone.
Oh, you're not... Yeah, you're really hot. Okay. You're 2. Tom's 1. 2, 3, 4. Let's go to 5. Say it again.
I'm right here. Checking you. 1, 2, 3.
No, it's not working. No? How come?
I don't know.
All right, Segura's out.
Shit.
Talk again.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, you're number 1. You're number 1. My bad. Yeah,
Okay.
yours is working.
All right.
Bill, talk.
Hello, Bert Kreischer.
Okay. All right. And I'm recording. And we're recording. Perfect. Gentlemen, thank you very much for doing this. This is my 200th episode.
Congratulations, Bert Kreischer.
Very proud of you, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Are you guys friends again? You're both looking good, man. You both look like you dropped some weight.
15 for me.
There you go.
I'm about 20.
That's good.
No.
See, everybody says fat shaming's bad. Like there's an art to it.
Yeah, it works for us.
Yeah.
It really kind of, like, Tom and I both talked about it. We were both, like, in the middle of it, like, we're like, this actually works. Like, when you start feeling
It
like
does. If you feel embarrassed by something, that's why embarrassment works. To get you to change your
Shame.
behavior. Yeah, shame.
Shame works.
Shame
shame's
works.
a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
Like, it's
This is like the Gordon Gekko of bullying. Yeah. Shame works. Shame is good.
Somebody, I did some radio show where they were like, so you guys are like good friends. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I go, it's all for fun. They're like, but you just did classic bullying techniques. And I was like, I guess. Yeah.
Rogan said it on stage. He goes, how'd that work out for you? Did it fuck your head up? In the OR. I was like, yeah, it fucks your head up.
What does?
The bullying, like when we started, when the campaign started, I was saying to Tom, I was like, initially, you're like, I got thick skin. This is funny. And then one day, I read someone's tweet about me, and as I was ordering mayonnaise, I was like, can I get extra mayonnaise? And then I read it, and I was like, oh, this is all very real. I was like, oh, shit, this hits home hard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you start reading it enough.
You're taking on water. Something's going to get in. No matter how watertight you make it, somebody's always going to get in. It all depends. It all depends on, like, the mood that you're in. Like, right now, like, watching football and everything is, the Patriots are 2-0. I'm trying to enjoy this. The Colts are 0-2. I just feel like the football gods are agreeing with us. And now you got all these dopes going like, you could put anybody in that system. And they keep bringing up Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Because he had an 11-5 season. Yeah, to hell with Tom Brady's 6 Super Bowls, 4 victories.
Yeah.
This guy went 11-5 and missed the playoffs with a team that went 16-0 the year before in the regular season. He only won 5 less games. Sorry, I just totally shoehorned that in there. It just bothers me.
This Garoppolo guy?
It just bothers me. Like, just it really shouldn't, because I think it's just all envy and jealousy. It's the greatest coach-quarterback combination ever. But individually, then you can have an. I wouldn't say Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. I still say Joe Montana took him 4 to win 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a good, strong argument for Brady, though, too.
There is. I mean, if you said he was 2-3, Johnny Unitas threw for over 40,000 yards when nobody was throwing the fucking ball.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Dan Marino underrated. Dan Marino needs to be brought up.
Just because there's no ring. If they had one ring, if he had won that Super Bowl, he would be always mentioned in the conversation. People that lived through it and that like Florida guys, you remember how fucking unbelievable that dude could wing that thing.
Dude, he beat the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
On Monday Night Football. That's one of the greatest games I ever saw.
Wait, he beat the 85 Bears?
85 Bears. The 85 Bears went 15-1.
Yes,
I didn't know
damn
they
right.
lost
And then
to
this the greatest,
Dolphins?
one of the great Super Bowls that never was Dolphins were in the AFC Championship game against the wild card New England Patriots. We hadn't won in the Orange Bowl in like 20-something years. And even as a Patriots fan, as much as I enjoyed that we finally won there,
Yeah.
like as a football fan, Dolphins got to win that game. Play the fucking Bears.
Yeah.
As opposed to us, we went up 3-0. I don't think we scored again for the rest of the game. Lost like I remember it was like 44-10 or something.
That Super Bowl defined how I viewed the Patriots until Brady.
I feel like, it's all like your age affects how you see like pop culture things, like
Yeah.
television shows, music, and sports. I mean, the Patriots, for the longest part of my growing up, were such dog shit.
Dude,
like
the
that was like
old
we
uniforms?
played in like a Division 2A football stadium.
Yeah.
it's so
Like
they
it
were
was,
so
it was
bad.
almost open on both ends. It was all the aluminum seats. You stand during the wintertime when the coats got all puffy and stuff. If you
Yeah.
stood up too long after a play, you lost your seat. And then the running joke was everybody behind me, like, down in front. They'd throw shit at you, and you just had to take it. So then the next good play, you sort of watch it and want to sit down because you didn't want to be that guy again.
No, wait, no. I used to shit on like the fact that all the stadiums were getting upgraded and that we were losing all these great stadiums.
Yeah.
Until I started going to Rams game. Holy fuck, dude! The Coliseum, the vending in Coliseum is like Deadwood. I mean,
Really?
it is disgusting. It is. It looks like a swap meet. Like it's tense. No air conditioning. You're sweating in a tent.
I got to go there, though, man, because that's the place, the first two NFL versus AFL, which became the Super Bowl games. The
Yeah.
thing that, for me, that sucks about the Memorial Coliseum is that they have that fucking track going around.
from the Olympics, right?
Yeah. So it makes you even further away.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't
Which
even
was so
realize
fucked
that.
up about that Virginia-Tennessee game. They was like,
At Bristol?
It's at a racetrack.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, good. Can we get any further away? When they took the aerial
sucks,
picture
I
of
know.
it,
Yeah.
it looked amazing. They had like these stock cars, I think, parked to look like
Yeah.
they were racing.
Oh, really?
I think that's what it was. I just saw like a helicopter like overview of the thing.
It's
That's
the
why I was-
Coliseum. The Coliseum's aggressive.
There was nothing like watching games. Do you ever go to the Orange Bowl?
Yeah. Oh,
That
dude.
was the fucking. It was a piece of shit stadium in a horrible part of town.
The parking
and
lot was barely
you,
paved.
you could buy crack on the steps walking in, and there wasn't a bad seat in the house. And
Yeah.
they tore that fucking thing down.
I couldn't
So-
believe when I finally saw it how small it was.
Yeah.
It's like going
Yeah.
to the Rose Bowl because there was no luxury boxes, anything. People were smaller, and they just jammed. There was like just 100,000 people all sitting in these circles that just gradually got bigger and bigger and bigger till they went to the outside.
Rose Bowl's dope.
I think I've been to the Rose Bowl. I went there with you.
Yeah, you took me to the
Yes. Yeah. Fucking memory shit.
I really wish that I went to the Orange Bowl. That's one that I wish I
That
got
was
to
awesome.
and I didn't.
This
What
guy left the national championship game at halftime.
Who did?
This guy.
Oh, it's a bad story.
Girl or too fucked up?
A mix of all of it. I get 4 tickets. Probably maxed out like $6,000 worth of tickets.
It's a lot of money.
I mean, I get like a bus for us because I'll get like the old Lambda Chi's.
You went big.
at Florida State. Oh, I went real big. I went so big that when we got there to the hotel with all my friends, start smoking pot, start drinking. I think we passed around. I think you brought a Chiba Chew.
As I'm walking up, and he's
Wait, when was this? You guys knew each other before?
No,
comedy?
this is-
This
2013.
was 2013.
the
This is
Florida State
Florida
Auburn
State,
national
Auburn-
championship game at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, Bert.
Don't.
Bert.
It gets
Way
bad.
too
It gets
old.
worse, Bill.
Way
It gets
too
worse.
old.
It gets worse.
Oh, this is just as a
That sounds like some shit you do when you were 22. I didn't pace myself. I maxed out my credit card. This is a call to your parents. I'm sorry. I just need a little help. This guy's like the father of what, 2 or 3 kids? That's pathetic, man.
This is how I knew that he was on his way to being fucked up. Is that we meet at this hotel, and I'm walking around the corner, and I can hear him in like, you know how he gets more giggly the more fucked up he gets.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
It's the greatest laugh ever.
he goes, when this guy Tom Segura gets here, tell him you're a big fan of his podcast. So I'm walking around the corner, and he's getting them on board to like fuck with me, you know. So as I walk around the corner, I go, I can hear you. He's like, oh fuck, okay.
I was
Wearing a world's greatest dad T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, I get there. We tailgated for hours.
Yeah, that was a long day, man.
It was a long. We were going from play, and I'm running into everyone I know. And at this point in my life, everything's good. It's like the time you wanted your friends from college to see you when you're in the middle of a series, you're on tour. It's just everything's working perfect for me. And then we get into the game. Tom is sitting with my buddy Tyler. They're in different seats. I'm with my buddy Eddie and my buddy Hatterman. And they throw the fucking spear, and I start crying, and I'm fucking 2 beers in hand, and I'm like, this is it. This is it. And then we start losing, and this voice in my head goes, you have to get on a plane to Munich in the morning. You need to get the fuck out and be with your children. And I'm like, don't listen to that voice. And then we'll start losing more. And I was like, you know what? You had your fun. Go home, sit with your kids, get on a plane, fly to Munich in the morning. I go from Munich to I gotta go hella skiing in 24 hours. So I'm like, you know what? So I look at my friends. I go, who wants a beer? And they're like, we do. I go, awesome. And I just walked right out of the stadium. I got an Uber, start driving home. I pull up. The girls are here. I talk to Tom, and Tom goes, are you watching this? I go, what? And he's, wait, where are you? And I said, I'm in an Uber. I'm going home. He's like, oh, you're going to hate yourself. He's like, this is the greatest ending to a game I've ever seen. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Bobo Wilson takes the kickoff. Fucking 100 yards of the house. I mean, that section that I was in, I almost killed a guy out of joy. Like, I grabbed him by his shirt collar, and I was like, I almost threw him over somebody.
Yeah.
And he was giggling. And I mean, it was pandemonium, dude.
I came home, and Leanne and the girls are in the man cave, and they got the game going. And Leanne's got a beer for me, and she goes, you're going to need this. I said, why? And she goes, this is the greatest football game I've ever seen, and I don't watch football at all. And George is going, I can't believe they're going to win. I mean, my kids are into it. And I'm like, oh, my God. And George goes, why didn't you go to this game? I go, I was just there. I came home to see you guys. Fuck. Oh, it was horrible. And then,
but you're a good dad then.
Yeah, I was a good dad. And then
Yeah.
I fucking went and almost died hella skiing the next
How
day.
the fuck did I miss that game?
I want to say you went.
What? No. Florida State versus Auburn?
Yeah, because I
The
want to
national
say that,
Who was the
game.
quarterbacks then?
Jameis Winston.
And was what's his face with the Panthers already?
No, it was a good-looking
Yeah.
guy whose mom used to tweet. Remember his mom used to tweet, and his mom was kind of hot, and he had the fucking gorgeous girlfriend.
Thinking he didn't make it in the NFL if this is the description.
Yeah,
Wait,
he did not.
good-looking guy whose mom used to tweet. He like wearing Crocs.
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, come on.
Caught on as a punter.
The
in
good-looking
CFL.
guy.
The Alabama quarterback,
No,
or
no.
Auburn quarterback, was the good-looking.
No.
Yeah.
Not at the time. He's not a good-looking guy.
Was it?
I know good-looking guys.
Auburn made it to the national championship game after Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Are you
fuck
sure it
was
wasn't
I?
Alabama?
Yes, I'm positive. Trey Mason was a Heisman candidate. He lost to Jameis
Giving
Winston.
Tom a hard look right now.
And Trey Mason scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter with like maybe 2 minutes left and did the Heisman pose at the camera like, should have been me. And then Jameis Winston drove down the field and threw to Kelvin Benjamin, who caught it like 12 feet in the air to win the game. Yeah, 100%.
It was a great game.
It was an incredible game. It was
I've had a-
probably, I think, of the last 10, 12 years, probably second best to that USC-Texas national championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best one, I think.
That's what I heard.
When Vince
That was
Young...
another one. I didn't really get hardcore. I was hardcore into college ball in the 80s. 90s, I started comedy, and I kind of got away from a lot of sports other than, I don't know, some of the pro shit. I would always watch the Super Bowl, the World Series, and that type of thing, but I was living on the East Coast, and just every game starts as you're going out, and you just miss everything. And it wasn't until I came out on the West Coast in 2007 that I got back into it, and I just said, I got to pick a team because coming from Massachusetts, we had BC, BU, which they don't even have a football program anymore, Harvard.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the Ivy League.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah. Fucking linebackers are my size. So I was like, I got to pick one. And I liked Les Miles because he just, just going
that
for it and
weird
trick
clap.
plays.
Yeah.
And all that
Yeah.
shit. I was like, all right, get into SEC football.
So
I'm not going
fun.
to jump on the Alabama bandwagon.
Yeah.
It's too much fun to
But
root
that
against
conference is the shit, man.
I'm going to LSU, Florida, in the swamp.
You
couple
mother-
weeks. Yeah.
Are you really?
This has been my favorite
I go to
thing
a big one every year.
about Bill that I picked up on a few years ago because I love college ball so much is that he hits these games and like you'll do a gig around it, right? Well, you do.
Yeah. I went to Notre Dame, USC last year.
Wow, dude.
I've been to Michigan, Ohio State in the Big House. I went to the Red River game, Oklahoma versus Texas. So LSU, Alabama. I saw Alabama in College Station against Johnny Football, Texas A&M.
Shit.
Really?
And then I pick up random ones. Like I went to UNC last week against like James Madison University, just shit like that.
Now, do you drink at the games?
If I have a show that night, I don't.
Yeah.
But usually, like the gig has already happened.
Yeah.
And,
What you doing the next
You do
day?
Friday night.
I mean, dude, do I drink at the game? I mean, like, yeah.
I know. You know what a good
I
one
don't
I
get
went
to the level that I leave and freak myself out at halftime, but I definitely I've gotten into. I went to Miami versus Florida State in
When?
I don't know, it was a couple of years ago, and I was just rooting for Florida State.
Yeah.
No, Florida State was winning, so I always root for the home team.
Yeah.
And these Florida State people were talking shit. I so hate when people talk shit in the home team's place that I start acting like I've been a Hurricane fan my whole life. I start jawing with this guy, and it just like, Verzi was with me. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, you don't even care about these teams. I go, so what? You don't fucking come in talking shit. All right, I'm drunk.
Oh my God! You ever been to Oxford? I went to the Egg Bowl once. The Mississippi State game.
Oh, I'd love to go to that.
That was fucking.
I just
awesome.
can't deal. What's the home team that has the cowbells? I couldn't handle
That's
that.
Mississippi State. So, but go to Oxford.
Ole Miss. Go to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I want to
Ole
go to
Miss,
the
yeah.
Jackson Grambling game.
Yeah,
That
just for that
all black-
Just show
that-
up at the halftime show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
All
'cause-
number 1 and 2 draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like those games like that, like tailgating at
Even
those.
the band. The band is
The
the
band's
shit.
the best part.
That's why I can't stand Stanford's band with their fucking like their whole fucking like, oh, we're gonna do whatever. Like they've already the greatest band ever. So now they're just going to do this avant-garde shit. It's like, dude, when you're as good as the Grambling band,
Yeah.
then you can go out there and play Farmers Only. Like, I went to the Rose Bowl last year, and they played FarmersOnly.com. Slogan, because I was there. Which was funny, but, like, when you go there, and there's, like, families, and you just see them, like, it's like, you're supposed to be an ambassador to the state. These people came out here. Why go out and be the exact fucking thing that they think you're going to be? Like, ooh, I live near an ocean. I'm better than you. These fucking people are growing our food. Can you have a little respect? I like the pushback in the Farmers Only, where now they're shitting on city girls. It's like, yeah. They should go even further. They should have little herpes sores on them. The whole fucking thing. Guys should be cokehead date rapists. Yeah, they should just. If you're gonna do it. Totally steering. I'm probably being too hard on the Stanford band, but like,
You see that?
I was rooting for Iowa because I was the underdog. I think that's. I told you, I take on the personality. I got so mad at the TCU fans one time. I don't care about any of these schools. I was just there, and they were dressed. The guys were all dressed like fucking J.R. Ewing. They'd have the blazer with the cowboy hat, and they're going, "Come on!" And the girls were all, "Come on, TCU! Come on, Frogs!" And I was just like, they were just, and you could tell they had money.
Yeah.
These were the Christian white fucking
Upper class.
money,
Yeah.
and they just bugged me.
Oh, they used to
I
bug
remember
me
turning
with-
around
yeah.
and trying to stare down some girl, and she just saw me, and her eyes lit up, and she just goes, "Woo! Come on, Frogs!" and yelled in my face. I was like, all right, I deserve that. I deserve that.
Would I've always this is gonna be the part of Bill that doesn't exist. I always wanted
Empathy?
to
Are we talking about empathy?
No. I wanted to get famous enough so I could get on the field and do like that Chris Farley type of shit for a Florida State game.
Yeah,
like
but you'd be great
slide
at
across
that.
my stomach on.
You'd be great at that.
I've always wanted that.
You can do that.
It's not, I have a lot. I have a sitcom. I need one sitcom.
Dude,
What?
the whole throwing out the first pitch thing, man. That's. Have you gotten to do that yet? I've never done it.
You've never done it, or you have done it?
I got
Never
bumped.
done it.
I got
You could
bumped
definitely
for a
do that.
veteran.
I don't want to fucking do it.
Really?
I just feel
But
like
you love
I
ball.
love all that shit, but I always just feel like when I don't be that guy interrupting the game.
Wait,
You know what I mean?
hold on.
It's
You
just-
don't.
Have they
walking
not
out
hit
there?
you up? Like the Sox have never hit you up for that?
No, and I'm not throwing this out here because I want to do it. I
No,
don't
I,
wanna do it.
I get that.
I want to be in the bleachers, right?
But if they did, you wouldn't do it? If they said, will you throw out the opening pitch? You would turn it down?
Yes, because
What?
I think that is, look, if you're just a super fucking huge fan, I get it, but I have a big rule on doing extra TV.
Yeah.
I really believe that when people listen to you, they should be seeing you doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right? I don't know how it helps you to get courtside seats and people sat down to watch the game and then they're looking at your stupid face. It's just sitting there in better seats than 99% of people. And you know you're going to be on your iPhone because you're testing your friends like, I can't believe I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're going to see you on TV and you're going to be looking like a douche who doesn't appreciate the tickets.
Yeah,
I don't see the upside.
Yeah.
Plus, dude, there's no more fun, I like sitting in the upper deck on a football game because you can see the whole field.
Yeah.
What you can't see on the TV, you can see the defenses and all that. I'd rather sit up there, and people up there are funnier. They're drunker, so I don't stand out.
Yeah.
It's great.
See, I did the take me out to the ball game a few times for the Braves.
I'm going to say for the Cubs. I was like, what, you fucking Bill Murray? That's
No,
amazing.
for the Braves. And then I did take me out to the ball game for the Nationals, and I did the play ball. Let's play, and I held it. I held it for like 30 seconds, and the place started going fucking nuts. Like, play ball, and I was like, that's what I was so jazzed.
Yeah, but dude, you're wired to you tapping your cigars. You guys are animals. No one ever taught you how to ash a cigar. I'll when the time is right. I'm gonna go a little cigar aficionado. However the
Have you,
fuck
had
you
a,
say.
have you had a cigar with Bobby in a while?
Bobby Kelly?
Yeah.
No, last time I saw him was years ago on. He's like on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We never overlap anymore.
He's on a show now, right? He's on some,
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Bobby Kelly is one of the most interesting people because he always has whatever the coolest technological gear is, and he's like always fiddling with it. He had this thing called Mevo,
And this is the thing. In 6 weeks, you can buy it off him for cost because he's buying the next thing.
yes.
Yeah. If you're a tight fuck and you don't want to spend money on technology, become friends with that man. Dude, I lived with that guy for like 3 years in New York, and I lost count. Well, maybe not laptops because that was still a lot of money.
No, but you remember he used to buy.
But
he used to buy.
he had everything.
Before
He-
they came out with iPads, they used to sell these like weird things at Office Depot that were like almost tablet-y type things, and Bobby had every single one that ever came out. You'd always see him with a brand new thing. I saw him on Opie and Jim the other day with a new backpack. Have you seen this?
No, but
It's
I know
fucking
it's got
hilarious.
like GPS or something.
No, it sits.
No, dude, I'm not even lying.
really?
No, dude, he is like crazy into
With
it.
technology stuff.
Crazy into it.
This backpack, I'm not fucking around. It sits on the front of your body like a
Oh, my
kangaroo.
God.
But then, and you can almost see Bobby doing it. He goes, look, I pull this button, ting, and it falls, swings around his back, and zips up like Inspector Gadget. And he goes, now it's a backpack. And you're like, he fucking loves that shit.
He loves it. He loves it the way I like watching sport. Like,
Yeah.
all of those guys were big into all of that shit, and I regret I never got into it because now I'm so bad with computers.
Yeah.
Like I can't do anything, and I do you know I have my wife, right? She called me up because I was on the road and she was paying the bills, and she goes, just this weird tone of voice. She goes, "Why do you have 3 cell phone numbers?" I go, "What do you mean 3 cell phone numbers?" She goes, "On your bill here, you got 3 cell phone numbers." I go, "No, I don't. I got 1." She goes, "No, you got 3." She goes, "You fucking around with me?" And I'm like, "No," right? So we ended up fucking looking up. You know what it was? Do you remember back in the day when you had to pay all that money? Like you still do if when you go to the hotels, you have to pay for internet. So
Yeah.
you remember those little things? They look like a mouse, and it would be like your own little internet fee.
Yeah.
And they came with the number.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember I bought one, I lost it, and then I bought another one. Dude, I'm talking like 03, 04, or whatever.
You've been paying for
And you've been
it.
paying
dude,
for
I've
it
been
for
paying like $50 a month for 12 fucking years. So she starts cracking up. She goes, "You got to get rid of these things." And I go, nah, it's fine. It's fine. She goes, "What do you mean it's fine?" And I just said, I was like, "Nia, I would rather pay $50 a month than get on the phone and be like, if you're going to do this, press 1. If you're going to do that, I will give them $50 a month to not do that.
Yeah.
Just to not do it. I mean, maybe I should probably do. I should have her do it.
Yeah.
I have no patience.
No.
Like I was trying to get on. Like we're having our kitchen redone.
Yeah.
And so we're around the corner in this little house, and the fucking guy doesn't even have basic cable. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the NFL on my laptop, And I'm just sitting there. I had to get myself in the mind space, and I called it up, and I'm talking to the robot lady, and I got through every fucking question, and it's just going smooth, 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 and smooth to the very last one. This thing fucking heard me, everything I said, all right? And it gets to the very last thing. They're like, so, you want to do X, Y, and Z? Say yes or no. And I said, yes. And it goes, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. Immediately, as it's talking, I start going, yes! Yes, right? And it keeps going, I'm sorry. And I was literally in the house by myself going, yes! Like screaming. And then it just finally had to yell person. And then I finally... Person! Operator! Hitting 0. I'm sorry. I didn't understand that, right? And then finally I got to a person. And it was such a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
She's like, how you doing today? What's the problem? I said, I'm 48 years old. I blew off computers. I can't figure this out. And she laughed. And then we just went into it. But, like, I'm still paying that $50 a month, though.
$50 a month.
That reminds me.
Or something like that. She looked at like,
it's great.
Who the fuck looks at the bill?
Yeah, never. No.
It's just, what is it? Here you go.
Yeah.
Wow, I talked a lot that month.
My dad is off the charts. Yeah, that's all it ever is.
Yeah, I've never. I'm really bad at anything technological. But I feel like there's two types of people. There's people who buy a fan or like buy a weed whacker or something, buy a thing, and then pull out the directions first, and then start pulling it out of the box.
Right.
I pull it out of the box and I start going, I got this, and like I'm almost like panicking, like I got this, I can do this. I don't like.
Yep.
I tried to put together a weed whacker, and it was like.
Then there's always that fucking screw that is not coming out after you put it in, and then there's got to be something behind it.
Oh, this thing goes because we got all these Mexican guys in the backyard doing the house.
Like those IKEA screws. Once they go into that little fucking crescent moon thing, whatever the hell that is.
This thing was so easy, Bill. All it had it had like a bunny ear, so you could just turn the screw.
Yeah.
And I'm turning it and I'm tightening it, and I'm like, the handle where you'd hold the weed whacker, it just isn't tightening. It's just sliding around, and I'm like, fuck. And then I go and I get an Allen wrench because I see the thing, and I start trying to tighten it with the Allen wrench.
That's when you got to stop and look at the design.
And Leanne's going, let me just ask one of the guys. One of the guys is what they do.
And you're like, fuck
and I go,
that.
not fucking don't, because it's embarrassing. I'm already like emasculated because I'm not doing anything. I'm in here doing kettlebells and running on a treadmill. They're literally tearing apart a house
And you're all
carrying
like,
fucking wood.
you're all white and entitled and shit.
I'm doing podcasts. Like, they're fucking out there busting their ass. They probably have no idea what I do for a living. I just go back to this room, giggle, and then leave.
He's not white and entitled. He's white trash from Florida. You're looking at a self-made man.
Self-made man.
Have you seen his front yard? The flamingos, the above-ground pool. I mean, it's just like...
A porta potty?
It's almost too much. It's like literally like... Well, if they were going to redo Joe Dirt, they could shoot the fucking opening scene in your front yard.
They sure fucking
Oh,
could.
it's horrible. So then finally one of the guys sees me fiddling with it, and I go, I just go, I can't get this tightened. And he just very calmly goes, it's so you can move it, because like on a weed whacker, you do this, but then you can also edge with it. You can turn it to the side and edge, so you want that hand to swivel. And I was fucking sitting trying to fix something that I paid extra for.
Right,
I paid extra for a swiveling hand.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like just...
All right, so they can rebuild the house. Can they do a podcast?
I don't probably...
They probably do. Everybody has one at this point.
Yeah. They would have a great fucking podcast just listening to me have asthma attacks.
I would love to listen to them.
It's been horrible in there.
I don't feel emasculated around people that can do shit like that. I actually just praise the hell out of them.
But wait,
I
you
just
can
sit
do
there
that shit.
when I see like them putting the... I can do what shit?
You could fucking... Like, do you think you could, like... Okay, you're off the road for 6 months.
Just the way you're trying to spit out this sentence is the way I fucking build shit.
Yeah.
You're just going to like, okay, here we go. Yeah.
Do you think you could build a pool in your backyard?
Build a pool?
Like dig one?
If I said to you, you got to build a pool, as big as small as you want, I'm going to start it off. You're in your backyard
This
with
is
nothing.
like the dumbest... This is one of the easiest questions of my life. No.
You don't think you could build a pool?
Build a pool.
I love. You know what? He's looking at you with contempt at how dumb your question.
I'm waiting for the fucking left turn. Like there's no way this is a question.
You don't think you... Okay, how about this? Do you
A
think you...
bird bath? I could fucking pick it up out of the hatchback.
Wait, now why don't you think you could build a pool?
I've seen those guys. You got to get down there with the hose with the cement.
No, of
shit
course.
sticking
Yeah, of
around.
You could rent that.
Huh?
You could rent one of those.
No.
Yeah, you could rent it for the day. Figure it out. You don't think you could build a pool?
Look, I don't have time. How many times am I going to answer this? Yeah, no.
Do you think you could do the renovation? Like, I look at this, I go, I bet I could have fucking done some of this. Like this.
This is what I can't get past, okay? I could learn how to do some rough bullshit, all right? But at the end of the day, it's not going to be as good as if I hired a pro and it's my house.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? It's
I don't
like
know.
I'm going to do surgery on myself or call a doctor who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's an art form to everything,
Yeah.
okay? And I don't want to be an open micer plumber going, yeah, so what else is going on? As I'm fucking looking for the right.
So what else is going on?
Soldering. Yeah, shit is crazy. As I fucking blow out my fuse box or whatever. Yeah, dude, like that's such a level of disrespect for the art of carpentry, electricians, plumbers. Those guys are like,
man.
if you get a great one, like the same way there's hack comedians, there's like, why did you ever think that you were going to be good at plumbers? Like plumbers. But like, you have to respect what it is.
I think I respect it, but I think I could.
You couldn't get a
into
weed
it.
whacker together, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe.
I definitely couldn't do it. The most I've done is
Dude, you started
actually
with a pool.
a pool.
Yeah, but didn't your dad put...
You should have started like, could you finish a basement?
I would have maybe thought even start below that. Like
But
maybe
didn't your dad do that shit when you were a
could
kid?
you change the locks
Like-
on this?
Time to build a
Oh,
fence.
yeah. And I watched my dad gradually get better and better and better. Dude,
Yeah.
he built an entertainment center one time. Like, I mean, he didn't finish any of the wood. It was just plywood and 2x4s and stuff. It looked like a tree fort that I built. He never stained it. It was hideously ugly, and like none of it like matched up. I finally asked him that. Like, he builds shit.
Yeah.
And he built this barn that looked beautiful, but one of the doors was like 6 feet wide. The other was like 3 feet wide. And I'm like, why? I go, why didn't you make them the same size? He goes, well, the big ones if you want to take the wheelbarrow out, and the smaller ones if you just want to walk through the door. I go, why wouldn't you just make two same size ones? He goes, hey, I never liked symmetry. And I said, and I was just like, it's like, yeah, why would you, Dad? It's pleasing to the eye.
His whole business is based on symmetry.
No, but with that shit, he's great.
Yeah.
That shit, he's unbelievable. But like, my dad is just like beautiful mind. You know what I mean? Like, he just like that guy. He's unbelievable. He can fly a plane. He can take your whole body apart, put it back together. I mean,
He's a pilot,
he was back in the day. Yeah,
like a single engine kind of.
Yep.
Yeah, Cessna.
Dad,
Really?
he worked on babies with cleft palates.
Did he really?
Yeah. So he was out of patience by the time he came home. Fucking, working on babies, crying all day.
Good God.
Yeah. So he's just, he's one of those guys. He'd do what you did. He would just, but he figures it out.
Yeah.
He figures it out, but then has his own unique way of going about doing stuff.
Yeah, my dad was like that. He would just be like, I'll just do this myself and just do it. And I'd look at that like we had
Yeah, you know what happens? And then fucking 60 years later, I buy the house.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And then they go into the walls, right? And they're like, what the fuck? Because that's what happened with my place, dude. Like, this is the final room I have to fix, dude.
How long have you've been fixing up your place?
Yeah, and I bought the house over again, fixing everything that was fucking wrong. And I remember the first time I sent an electrician underneath the house to handle some of the electrical problems, right? So he's like right underneath the living room, and it's an old house, so you can fucking hear everything through the floor. He's in the crawl space, and like every fucking 15 to 20 minutes, I'd hear him down there, and you just hear him just to himself just go, what the fuck? And I would just start laughing, going like, that's why you're down there, buddy. That's why you're down there. It made no sense. Like, they had, I guess this is really bad in the art of electricians, whatever you call it, is to a light and then like an outlet should never be run on the same thing, and like mine were. I don't know if it's a fire hazard or whatever, but it was just all just like however you connect wires, someone knew how to do that but didn't know any of the code or anything, and it was just a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
I had cloth wiring down there. Like, some of the shit was flashing. When you turn it on, a little burst of flame would come out. There was a small gas
Jesus.
leak. Oh, yeah, dude. No, the whole thing.
I got to do
walls.
a bunch of that shit for the
He
house.
just bought a house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You
It's
going
like
to-
old electrical. The electrical guy was like, We got to do a bunch of shit to this house.
I can tell you right now, before I even walk into a house, I already guess half of the shit. And
That's wrong.
First thing I do is I look if it has the original old windows in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay, and then if they're cracked around the side, and then you look up at the roof, you look for little water stain marks, and I don't even look at the space like, oh my god, this would be a great office.
Yeah.
I don't look at any of that. I am all looking in the corners and all of that shit, looking up at the ceiling, cracks, stains, the whole fucking thing. But the first thing I look at is like, obviously if the thing's slouching one way or another, but I look at the windows. If it has the original windows, I'm like, cloth wiring, galvanized pipes, nothing's up to fucking code.
Right.
we had old windows and they had lead paint in them, and they were like, I remember the guy told us, he was like, the lead paint for your kids is really. At the time, I'm standing next to Isla,
Really intense.
and he's like, lead paint's bad. You need to replace all the windows. And I was like, well, what could happen? He's like, it's mental, I think mental retardation or whatever. At the time, Isla's licking my fucking hand, and I just looked down at her. I was like, fucking put all the windows in. She didn't have that many brain cells left. So we put all new windows in, but then we just fucking tore them all out. We all new windows 3 years ago now, and then we just got rid of all of them to redo the house. Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Eventually you want more space. Instead of throwing out shit, you just add more. That's what I do.
Tom spent $3 million on his house.
Jesus Christ.
No, I've been telling everyone that.
It's fucking 2 gigs, right?
I'm on a Tom Segura.
It's 2 gigs.
2 gigs. I wipe them out.
Oh, Kevin Hart?
I'm on a Tom
I did
propaganda.
not spend $3
I do.
million.
One of my favorite things to do is lie about Tom.
Yeah,
lie about his success to people.
It's really
Is
great.
tell him he's doing so much better than he is. Like
It's tremendous.
I go,
Thank
yeah,
you.
All right, see this right now? You see how it's starting to...
Yeah.
The ashes start. So what you do is you don't tap it like a fucking animal. All right? You just touch it around the side like that, and it comes off. You keep it... See, it looks like the Batmobile there. Anytime you see a guy just tapping it like that, he's a fucking animal, and he's not to be trusted. Which brings me to you two.
Yeah.
No, it's one or the other. Either you're new to it. I am totally 100% into these fucking things, and like I read that. I get into this shit the way Bobby gets into fucking backpacks.
You get
and
Cigar
laptop.
Aficionado at the house?
Oh, dude, you gotta read the one with Ray Lewis in it.
Yeah?
I wish I could have brought the quote. He fucking he defined what cigar smoking was. He said something like, "A man needs isolation time." Like I can't even, dude. It was like fucking poetry.
Really?
It was tremendous.
Have you seen his like pre-game speeches to high school teams? He'll just pop into some fucking local 2A school and give them a pep talk, and you want to strap up and go out there after
Dude,
that.
when they did the
incredible.
Beyond the Lines or whatever the fuck it was, about him, and he was talking about how his dad never showed up to the games, so it wasn't not in his life, so every record I broke was his.
Yeah,
it just made me want, dude. I watched that thing. I went to the gym for like 3 weeks in a row just off of watching that. I just every time I felt like not going, and this thing in my head was like, Ray Lewis would go. Ray Lewis is going right now, and for 3 weeks off of that.
I watch rock Instagram videos before I go.
He's
The Rock
fired
is
up,
the
too.
most inspiring motherfucker. It's 4 a.m. and I'm here in the gym in Miami throwing up steals. You better watch. Make sure you watch what was dealt to you, or you'll get trapped. Like he just
Super passionate.
I want to be his best friend.
Yeah.
If you could, like I was thinking about this last night. Stanhope and Johnny Depp are best friends. If you could get a best friend, like major celebrity, just like to be their best friend.
Dude, this town was waiting for you.
Yeah.
You're just like, I want a celebrity best friend. What's the matter with Tom? This guy just bought a $3 million house. That's not good enough for you? I want to get into the 8-figure house guy.
Like, it would be so great.
He does though. The thing is, with
Angelina just filed for divorce. I bet Brad's looking for a drinking buddy.
Really? There you go. That would be
Cool
Bert's
motherfucker.
dream.
He's into motorcycles.
Dude, I love
He
motorcycles.
still has his grandfather's shotgun. I hate that I know this so much about the guy, but I want to have abs when I'm in my 50s. The 40s and 30s didn't work out so well.
Did you just read Variety?
Huh?
Did you just read Variety?
No, my wife texted me that.
They're getting divorced?
Yeah.
Dude, Brad, I Googled, when I started getting into motorcycles, I would Google pictures of him riding and buy the shit he was wearing. Those gloves, they're right over there. I bought those gloves, those Motostucca gloves, because Brad had them. And They
Really?
just look bad as fuck. T-shirt.
until you wear them.
Until I wear them and they're
go clear some land.
oversized.
You saw that? I saw that one picture. He's riding that bike. He's got the suicide shifter. It's just, and he's fucking. Dude, that guy, I mean, he just, they just don't make him like that.
No.
That's why all these fucking people, kind of doing a bit about this, these fucking people that are bitching about body issues and shit, it's just like, dude, until they stop making people who look like that, like, they're going to get those roles, and they should.
Yeah.
I am a full fucking believer in that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you stink it, if you can't act, but, like, the best looking fucking people, without a doubt, you know? And I'm fine with, I've accepted that I'm not that fucking, I'll go. I don't know. I'll be the guy that Brad Pitt shoots at a movie. I don't give a shit if I'm in it, right? The fuck do I care?
He would be a great best friend.
Yeah.
Like, especially going through a divorce, and he just calls you up, and he's like, hey, I got an offer to go up to Crow Territory and ride motorcycles for the weekend. You want to come? I got the jets leaving in like 5. And then I go, hey, can I bring Bill? He's like, Bill Burr? Sure.
Somebody sent me a bottle of wine.
Hey, I want to go.
At the bottom of an ocean that's worth $10,000 a sip. You want to kill this thing tonight?
Johnny Depp used to, this is gossip, but he used to get these really great bottles of wine.
By the way, we've really just turned into like, what's that guy? What's that?
TMZ?
No, not TMZ.
This is like the
Andy
Bravo,
Cohen.
Andy Cohen.
Cohen
Yeah.
show.
Oh, is that what it does?
That's
Yeah.
Chick ESPN. That's Chick Sports.
Totally.
Really? I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, it's
Watch
all
What
the
Happens
teams,
Live.
It's all the Real Housewives. The show fucking. I mean, God bless him. He's made all that money, but it drives me fucking crazy.
I like the gossip stuff. I like the celebrity stuff. You don't like it. Steve Byrne doesn't like it.
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that like. It's just when you're watching it every night, when you're coming home to it every night,
Oh,
and
it
he's
depresses
just
me.
and he's just going like, so in episode 2, Mandy said that the reason you don't have a man, and then they just start screaming and yelling at each other, and I always
depresses me.
give my wife shit. I go, I thought you were a feminist. Why would you want to see women just screaming and yelling at each other like all Botoxed up?
Yeah, I can't look. I can't look through Instagram too
sometimes
much.
I just like
look
to
through
not
Facebook
think.
or go like Us Magazine or stuff like that. Because I see that life and I go, I don't know. I guess I thought I would have a fucking yacht by now.
Really?
And it's so not in my cards.
Yeah, but you're also
rent a fucking, just rent a boat. Rent a boat, go from Marina Del Rey up to Santa Barbara and come back. And then you know what? Then you leave it.
Yeah.
Do you know how much those, let's say you had the fucking money. Do you know how much fucking money? Just the crew alone is going to cost you like $600,000-700,000 a year.
Yeah. Yeah, but
do you fantasize about that a lot?
I for a long time I was really wanted an island. Like I was like I need an island. Like I think I saw Richard Branson.
Yeah,
and I was like that's where my direction's going.
Then I'll be happy.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is I didn't even realize that I should probably run these goal dreams past Leanne. Like I just assumed she'd want to live on an island too. Yeah. She has no interest in being on an island.
Is that the technical name for him? Gold dreams?
Yeah, gold dreams.
These are my gold dreams.
I want a fucking beach bar. I want to retire on an island. We do stand up there sometimes.
Do you ever fantasize or think about not working anymore? Like,
oh yeah.
So because I wonder with you,
when I'm 70, I want to be out.
Is that the out age?
Let me rephrase that. If I want to be out, I can't.
Do you think so? Through the 60s,
wait, say that again. Say that again. If you want to be out, you can't.
Like in other words,
I can't. Like I'll have the option. I can keep going if I want. I just don't want to be standing on the stage with some mustard stained tuxedo when I'm 80. Just going, hey, your kids don't understand or whatever. Just being this, and people just being like sad.
Yeah.
Starting to. I don't want to be that guy unless I just feel like I have to do something or I'm gonna die. But I just financially wouldn't want to be in that position. But it's just with the bankers out there running wild, loaning money that doesn't even fucking exist, eventually that's going to topple. And all you can do is just hope it doesn't happen in your lifetime and just keep going with the lie. Like, hey, you gave me this and I wrote these numbers on a piece of paper. So that gets us stuff, right?
That's my favorite bill.
What were you going to say?
No, I had to get away from that bill because that bill fucking was starting to be like, you can't keep going now because you're going to annoy everybody around you.
Yeah.
There's no solution, and all it's going to do is freak you out and drive you away from your loved ones.
Do you think of not whatever it is? Do you think of like a goal number in terms of like if I have that, then I'm definitely set for not working? Like, do you think in terms like that?
I'm just now starting to think as far as like I mean, I've been really frugal. I mean, I haven't blown any money, but But
No, I think if somebody like, and not that I know you real well, but I think if like stranger were to hang out with you, they would never guess that you're as successful as you are. You know?
Thanks.
It wasn't, but it wasn't. It's not a compliment.
It started off like, wow, man, this is going to be really.
Thanks.
They would think you're just some fucking guy that just
Yeah, but you
never
make-
mounted the shit.
You make
I
an
mean, look how
effort.
you're dressed.
It's
Look at the. Look how much you love the pretzel rods. I mean, you just don't seem like.
but I'm saying that you're
Tom, you should just pull the reserve chute, dude. The first one didn't open. You're gonna bounce here in a
But
second.
you're so successful, and I'm saying that like you're modest, man. That's all I'm saying. That you're.
Well, no, you don't. You're not a big car leasing guy. Like you don't drive fancy cars. You like your truck.
you
like
don't
you
come.
don't-
Dude, I got a '68 F100. I redid the whole fucking thing. Shifts 3 in a tree. It's the shit.
Yeah.
That's not a little fancy.
Yeah. Tom just put
I
it
think
in
I
the
think I have a little flair. Jesus. I'm kidding. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I think it's. Well, yeah, you're also sitting in the nosebleed sections at stadiums when you could probably get a box.
You could get a fucking field pass.
Box, most overrated thing ever.
I agree with the box.
It's
I don't.
horrible.
I
Oh,
don't
wow.
like the box. That much.
Wow. I will not be inviting you guys
Shit
to
food.
Brad and my box.
Shit food.
Oh,
Shit food.
boxes are
weak
the
fucking
best.
booze.
I don't like
and
the
then
box.
You don't feel the energy of the fucking crowd, and
Yeah.
you're just in like this poor excuse for
No.
a fucking living room. And then, like, when the game and people are talking and they're trying to like make deals and shit,
The box.
love
and every
boxes.
time
The
you get in
box
there, you don't
sucks.
know 80% of the fucking people in there.
That's the worst
Stinks.
part of the box. That's the worst part. If you could have your own box and you dictate who's in there with you, it changes. But when
It
you're
still
in there
sucks.
with
you
a
still
bunch
don't feel
of
like you're at the game.
corporate guys, like guys that got the ticket from somebody, and I work at this fucking financial
pitch it-
center.
I can pitch it the
You're
other
in a
direction.
giant walk-in closet,
Separate
with
entrance.
The wings stink.
Yeah, no.
Parking, concierge service. Oh, Mr. Kreischer, how are you doing today? Let's hope the Rams win. Oh, I could fucking go for
I mean, the
that.
thing about you is like,
I realized the other day.
You can do that at home with a flat screen TV.
I know.
Dude, and you can do what's great about watching the game at home if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. My thing is, if I'm going to the game, I want to be with fucking real fans.
Yeah.
I want to be pretty buzzed. I want the game to be a fucking big game. I'm going to see some future Hall of Famers. This game means
Yeah.
something. I'll go to that game. But then, other than that, it's just I'd rather be sitting at home with some friends. We can eat whatever we want. We can drink whatever we want
Yeah.
for as long as we want. There's no lines. No lines to the fucking bathroom. Nobody standing up in front of you. None of that shit.
We went to the
You can
Ram-
sit down like Kaepernick during the fucking national anthem. You don't have to get up. You're home, right?
We did. We went to the Rams. We had season tickets to the Rams, and we went to the Rams game this weekend. And my kids and my wife were like, "We're staying till the end. We want to watch them win." And I was like, I don't think you guys have ever been to a stage. 90,000 people in here right now, and when
They're all going to get off onto Vermont Ave.
we were in the parking garage for an hour. The parking garage wasn't moving. It was like insane. I was like,
Oh no! If you don't leave,
you gotta.
you just stay. You just fire
You
the
stay.
grill. You fire the grill back up again.
I said to them, I go, how
See
about
it?
we?
Look at it, just fucking just rakes it
Yeah,
across.
I know.
Like
He's
an animal.
savage.
Who would you be your celebrity best friend?
Probably Angelina. No, I would
You
want.
know who I think you would be good
That'd be
with?
great.
Who?
She had like a vial of his blood around her neck, just like totally got into Tom. Tom, what is it about you? Hey, Bill, I told you, you got no swagger, man. People would never know that you're successful. I can't. When you carry yourself like you got a $3 million house, even when you don't, the chicks respond.
It's 2.5. It was 2.5.
But talk them down.
It's
Did a private show.
I would want.
10 minutes for $500,000. Knocked it down to 2.5. I'll sweeten the pot here. A little 10-minute guest by the fucking pool house.
I think the best wouldn't like a boxer who also does co-promotion. You know what I mean? Like
Do you know who you're best? Do you know who you would connect with?
Bernard Hopkins.
No.
Who?
Mel Gibson.
Thanks.
You and Mel Gibson, like because you listen and you could like just stir him up.
I
Yeah.
love Mel Gibson.
I love Mel Gibson.
Mel
He's
Gibson,
a drinker.
dude. If every one of us here got like our whole fucking persona got defined by the voice message we left when some chick was breaking up with us, I'm not saying we would use all the words he used, but that's not going to be the best you.
No.
Yeah.
And I think people are way more complex than that. I'm not saying the guy doesn't got a few issues here or there, but,
Right.
but everybody does. You know what I mean? Even
He's a
those
great-
liberals.
You're so empathetic, man.
Huh?
You have so much empathy.
Because I know who I am, and I've fucked up tremendously in life. So every time I start to really harshly judge somebody, there's that fucking voice in the back of the head. But Bill, remember you did this?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
when
yeah.
you did this?
Yeah.
Why don't you shut the fuck up? Take
Yeah.
your hat out of the ring, put it back on your dumb head,
Mel Gibson.
and go
Mel
fucking...
Gibson would be fun as fuck down in Malibu, especially if he's
Dude, the guy's one of the
drinking.
great filmmakers of all time.
He's amazing.
Apocalypto was the shit.
Apocalypto was one of the best fucking
That's
movies
true.
ever.
That is true.
One of the best movies I've ever seen. You know, I just like I don't know whatever YouTube must have seen that I'm into Mel Gibson, and so it just started suggesting Apocalypto clips, and I just started watching it through YouTube the other day again.
Apocalypto is phenomenal.
Apocalypto's fucking phenomenal.
And highly underrated, man. Like, it's not talked about that often. I'd never...
What's the one he's making right now? He's got a movie coming out.
Yeah. Isn't it a war movie?
Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge or something, I think.
How's that not going to be good?
Even that Gringo one was good. Remember the one where he was in that Mexican prison? Came out like a year or two ago. You ever see that one? It was really good. Not like on the level of Apocalypto, but really good movie. Where he's...
I got to see that.
Yeah, it's really, really good. He's in this Mexican prison, and he's like the one American there. It's
Wow.
It's fucking really cool movie.
Yeah, he's a yeah. I'm always shocked when I see like people throw rocks in a glass house. Like people go, how dare he? I always go, woo. What life did you live that you're not afraid of anyone?
My buddy worked for
Googling
him
you?
for a
Oh,
while.
yeah. Now people just chiming in. Hey, I went to school with you 20 years ago. Remember when you did this? Yes. Sorry. I'd like to withdraw from the race. Your whole campaign is over. Yeah, being the person that fucking, like I when I'm doing stand-up and I'm just fucking around, because I always look at it like I'm joking, and I always shit on myself, too. But
Yeah.
to legitimately go on, like, a serious show and take someone to task that you never met, that's a tough one, man. Like you'd have to have lived an incredible life
Yeah.
to pull that off. And I've yet to. Like, I think right now my karma, like if I was to die today, like that'd be a pick'em, whether I was going to go north or south at the end of this. It probably wouldn't even be. I'd probably be probably getting a few points. I'd be like a +6 dog.
I always like when you run into someone and they tell you,
What's your point spread? Heaven or hell? You a favorite? You an underdog? Even?
I got some. Yeah, I'm probably doing some time in purgatory.
Dude, you left a championship football game to go home to not be appreciated by the people that you came there for. Now, that to me, that's a pick six momentum changer in the game.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow, man. I see it so differently, but go.
How do you see it?
Just what a piece of shit he is for leaving that game. His alma mater, his friends were there. It's one of the great national championship games of all time. I think Jesus would reject you wholeheartedly.
I think I look at it the same way.
Man just brought up some great points.
I look at it the same way that who's the
You kicked a field goal.
Who's the guy that I'm thinking of that goes fuck it? You know what? It's all about the story. Like watching that game live is equally a great memory. Like I saw FSU come back and beat Florida, and we stormed the field at Florida State. One of the best games I've ever been to. But the story for me of being the idiot that comes in and my wife hands me a beer and goes, "You're going to need this." You just that's
yeah.
a
It's
better story.
It is. Totally.
It's true. It's true.
Those stories.
It's not a better life experience.
It's not a better life experience.
The
but,
better story is never the better life experience.
Well, he really is
the most part.
fantasizing about this shit.
Yeah,
Private island.
Yeah,
I could do
it
it.
can be done. There's islands to be bought.
You can get one in the Bahamas, I think.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Bahamas Thursday.
No, they have like,
What are you going to do out there?
I'm going on a
You're
cruise
going to
with
be like
Cowhead.
in the island of Dr. Moreau, just going to slowly go crazy?
Yeah.
Become like 400 pounds, have your face painted?
No, I want to own a bar that is the majority of the eating is in the sand. It's covered by a hut. It's next to I want
Sounds
to be
pretty
next
gross.
to like a passport control. So everyone's got to stop in on my island and go to clear their passports
Sure.
to go from the British to the American Virgin Islands. And then I'm sitting right there, and they come by and they're like, Yeah, the ribs over there are fucking amazing. He makes 3 things. He makes ribs, he makes French fries, and he makes hot wings. And they're
Then you're
amazing.
gonna go cute, and he makes friends.
And he makes friends. And he does stand up every night.
Kreischer Island.
Yeah. Oh,
I love your
Society 2.0.
imagination.
I
your
live
childlike.
in a fantasy. Someone was
It's
talking to me
crazy.
the other day about reading books. I go, no, I daydream. And like, what do you mean? I go, I
totally
literally will
believe
sit there.
that.
Today I was sitting in here. I cleaned that man cave because I knew you guys were coming over, and I sat in here. I was daydreaming about like the silliest stuff, like just
Dude,
like
I would go daydream for daydream with you. What do you got?
I can't. It's so silly. I can tell you my daydream yesterday was that I show up to the Stanhope taping, and Johnny Depp comes up to me, and he's like, hey, I listen to the podcast. You would tell you're absolutely hilarious. If you ever want to just hang out, like you should hang out and just jam on guitars. And I'd be like, oh, cool. And then Doug would go, hey, did you talk to Stanhope or to Johnny Depp? I was like, I did. And he was like, did you talk about the guitars? I go, yeah. Doug's like, let's just all bail on this and go back to Depp's house. Like, I literally had a fantasy. I've done that my whole life.
This is all pedestrian so far.
Okay.
See, I would have taken it to the point. Then I went and I played the guitar, and it was so unbelievable. And Joe Perry just happened to be there. All right. Next thing, now I'm jamming with Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I'm singing backups.
That's real,
All
by
right?
the way.
And then when Joey Kramer does some great on drums, somehow I shapeshift and now I'm playing the drums because that's the cool part. Whenever I listen to a fucking song, whatever the best part of the song is in that moment, I'm doing it.
Really?
Every fucking song.
God.
Male or female.
Like every solo.
I'll listen to Aretha Franklin, just think that I had a cartoon voice like Mel Blanc and I could sing like that for a character on my show. I think shit like that when I'm fucking walking around with my dog.
I think about that with like singing like R&B and soul singing, like things like Aretha. Like I saw Brian McKnight on my
Stopping
flight.
terrorism single-handedly.
Oh my God!
Do you ever think about rescuing like school buses full of kids? I think that'll be my big. What's going to happen? I'm shooting.
Hero fantasy.
And then you're all
Yeah.
like, oh, shucks, after you do it. And Oprah
Yeah.
wants an interview, but you turn her down because that's not why you did it. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That was the first 20 minutes of me walking my dog today. Dude, you got to be a dreamer, man. What the fuck else you going to do?
Yeah, I think about that shit all the time. About like, I'll get on a plane and I'll be like, who am I rescuing first?
Yeah.
When this goes down, and I remember thinking,
I
there's
have plane rescue fantasies all the time.
all the time.
Especially if I see one of them walk on board, then I really start to fantasize about it.
One
you
of
know?
them?
You know what
Soccer
I mean.
moms.
Yeah,
Soccer
yeah, yeah.
moms.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get.
They're the worst.
No, do you start to like fantasize about taking a weapon out of their hand?
Oh,
I've fantasized
all
about that.
the fucking
and then
time.
doing a throat
Yeah, but
slit.
that's not our fault because we grew up on all those action movies.
That's true.
Yeah.
We'll blame them.
Yeah.
It all seemed believable.
Do you think? Because we had a period where like homeless guys were breaking in to the houses around here, and I like did my scenario, like of how to take a gun out of someone's hand, the way to knock it.
Sure.
Like hit their hand, hit the gun, but you got to do it to the open part of their hand, and you take it away and then take it from them and put it right back in their face.
I've caught serial killers and rescued people that were down in a pit in the
hold on.
house.
Yeah.
Have
Took
you-
a couple of gunshots and I walked out like it was nothing.
Have
And
you
then
ever
they're going, that was the most amazing bravery we've ever seen. And I still made it to my gig, just bandaged myself up.
Do you ever fantasize
Top that
about
one.
saving your? Okay, so guy breaks into my house. Bunch of young kids break into my house. They don't know I'm there.
Right.
I come in. I
Because
fucking.
if they did,
I do
would've avoided that
I do
house.
a leg sweep like this. One guy's standing back to me. I kick his feet, and he hits the ground. Right.
Yeah.
I then disarm the other two. I get them down. They're apologizing. Just let us go, sir. And my line to them is, "I'm going to have fun with you guys."
I was going to say, you got to have a catchphrase.
Oh, and this is going to take a while, and I'm going to torture them. Leave
yeah.
one in a box like in Game of Thrones.
That's on the movie poster.
Yeah,
This is going to take a while.
it's going to take a while. Oh, I think
Torture
about that shit.
fantasies are good.
Torture, especially rescue torture fantasies.
Yeah.
Now the flip side of that is I
always start to do that, and then I was like, I can't do that because then I become.
No,
I'd
you-
have to just put a bullet in somebody's fucking head. I couldn't listen to the screaming. That's why I get out of the fantasy. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'll just fucking just give him one right.
I don't know. I get
Right in
aroused.
the center of the ice.
I was walking Leanne. Leanne's like, go check the backyard, make sure the whatchamacallits are in, the trash cans are in. But it's real hard to get around because everything's closed off. So I got to come around. You got to kind of like do an inspection. So I have a flashlight that's also a stun gun, and I'm going around.
Did you buy that off Bobby Kelly?
I bought it off Amazon in a
new one's
hail
new
of
one's a
self-defense weapons.
Semi-automatic fucking flashlight.
They got a hat that's got a lead weight in it, so you take it off and you hit someone with it. I got a bunch of shit. I got a gun that shoots
So you got to
pepper
walk
spray.
around with that extra weight on your head, compressing your neck. At that point, you got to be hoping. Well, shit, I want to use it, right?
Yeah, of course. I fantasize about.
So which way to Ventura? What did you say?
about I fantasize about running down the stairs at an intruder
Really?
to have that momentum.
Well, that's Indiana Jones, big ball of rock chasing someone who met him.
Like somebody breaks in and I hear it from bed, and I pop up and I run down the stairs and meet them but with the momentum of running down the stairs.
All right. Who do you think's the biggest psycho here? The three of us.
I'm going to go you.
I'm going Tom.
Really?
Tom has a look in his right now. He's looking at me with it. He's got a look in his fucking eye. All Tom needs is a couple of fucking left and right turns. The right scenario needs to present itself, and the damage that this man could do.
I think I would choose myself.
Really?
Yeah, because I do I would like to, really
even measured way that he talks.
Yeah.
to really, really violently, justifiably hurt somebody.
Do you remember
Really?
Hannibal Lecter where they said his heart rate wouldn't go up or down?
Yeah.
He just stayed the same. That's this guy.
Oh, I'm a lot of screaming, talking shit, trying to get you to stop me. I'm a lot of big frill. Like, even when I got in fights in college, I was a guy that talked so much shit, but then the second they said, let's take it outside, I'd be like, someone get me the fuck out of here. Like, I remember really...
I bet you had some people really wanting to hurt you.
You know who used to do that all the time? Joe DeRosa. I've never seen him back down to anybody. The amount of... And back in the day when he was a younger man, right? Now he's cool. But back when he was in New York, I never saw a guy talk more shit while backing up in a bar. And what would happen was he would back up and then everybody else would get in the middle. And it was just the amount of fucking guys I saw that guy talk shit to.
Really?
One time we were on the street, this fucking crazy homeless guy. He's like, Joe's just staying. Fuck you, you fucking. This guy was a monster.
I can hear that.
And I was just like, afterwards, like when I was like kind of pissed at him. We got to the bar. I was like, Joe. And they totally disarmed me by just owning up to it. I go, Joe, what the fuck do you think? He goes, yeah, I know. You're right. I get in my ego. I'm like, Joe, that guy would have beat you to death with me. He would have picked me up by my ankles and used me as a bat. And Joe just goes, yeah, I know, you're right.
Did you get in a lot of fights?
I got up to outside of my family right up until about like junior high because I stayed back in first grade and I had a lot of baby fat. So like I was in a decent weight class. So I did all right. And then once kids started hitting like, there's always the kid with the mustache in sixth grade.
Yeah.
Once all of a sudden, like there was somebody like 6 inches taller than you, like I had to humble myself. I lost to this kid. We were playing street hockey, and I just got mad. He was fucking better. He played hockey, and I just was just all fucking emotion out there. And I turned around to square off, and I remember him looking at me like, really? And I just was like, before I was thinking, I was throwing like, when people do the stand-up bits about women fighting where they just sort of like those flailing your arms. That's what I did, and he just sort of just Mayweathered all of them, and then just fucking got me with like 3.
Really?
And I left crying. Yeah, it was bad. I want to say I was like 6th or 7th grade. I was in junior high. I was trying to fight off the cry.
Now you look like
Jesus.
a fucking animal.
Nah, it happens. His ass just landed right in his shirt. It's all right.
Yeah, I got fucked up.
I would
pretty
definitely
good.
go Segura though.
I don't know.
Who do you think would be the first person to get into a fight on the street due to traffic?
Us 3?
Yeah.
Never me.
Never me.
Dude, I have not had a physical confrontation since I can't even remember.
I picture you with the most rage, though. Maybe.
Oh, I'm definitely just because you're angry doesn't mean you're going to win. I saw enough shit growing up that I was just like, I don't want that to happen to me.
Like enough violence.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just somewhere in junior high, all of a sudden, kids got over 100 pounds and they got coordinated, and I saw what the end result of being
Yeah.
on the bottom and there was no teachers there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah, there was a kid dude, this kid was just a man-child, fucking shredded kid, and he fought this other dude who was kind of a big baby Huey kid. But I wasn't there, but this kid didn't come to school for like a week, and he came back, and he still didn't look like himself. This kid, he got off the bus first, and the kid pushed him, jumped on his chest, and just started fucking... You know those extra 9 punches you get in UFC for some reason after you knock somebody out? It's the only thing I don't like about the sport.
Were you hitting with the bottom of your fist?
Well, after you just fucking knock the guy out
And the head's
guy's
bouncing.
literally sitting there and he's doing that doing with his arms. You still get 3 more hammer fists.
Yeah.
He was doing that, and there was nobody there. It was one of those fights. I imagine the crowd sounding like this, like oh, yeah. One of those things.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. And he didn't come to school for a fucking week, and the swelling was still like noticeable, and like you could see the faded black and blue marks. Like, dude, that kid, it looked like both his eyes were closed, and I was just like, yeah. We had another kid hit another kid in the face with a bottle. He had this giant scar. Another kid in his college years was in a fight, got on top of this guy, bit the guy's ear, and the guy pulled away, and he bit part of his fucking ear off.
Fuck.
Like, yeah, dude, that was just like, it was just beyond. And then there was always that kid who got knocked down. He was on the ground, and then that kid you didn't even know was in the fight came over and boots him in the head. You know, that's the sound of a Timberland hitting somebody's head is just it's a nauseating sound.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that in me to take into that level. So I've always said if I ever went into war, I would be the guy crying in the foxhole. But if I could just will myself to kill that first person after I did, then there's a possibility that I would be that guy running around in his underwear with the knife at night. One or the other. There's something in me that I always just knew that like you're too big of a fucking hothead that you're gonna be that guy on the ground and you're gonna get booted in the head. And it was not fucking worth it. It was way more than that than being like I was afraid of what I'd do to somebody. I was more afraid of like I don't want to be that guy.
I saw a guy in college knock a guy out with one punch, but we were at Royal Pavilions. Hits the guy one punch, and the guy goes back unconscious, and his head hit the cement. And the look of the guy that hit him was like, I really fucked up. Like, I remember that look going like he was like fucking all talk and fucking both in the faces and jaws this guy, and you see the guy do the
you can
arms,
die.
starched out arms, and hits the cement, and the guy that hit him was like, oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Like, I meant to, you know.
Dude, there's a video on YouTube. This kid, it's like 7th graders. Kid just caught him the right way in the gym, and the kid fell right back, hit his head, went into a coma, never woke up, and fucking died. And if you look at it, the other kid starts to fight. This kid squares off, knocks him out, one punch, and then just walked away. Just basically defended himself. And the kid fucking died.
Jesus, man.
And he's like a 7th grader who's got to deal with that.
Yeah, that's...
The rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
That's fucking... I'm glad. There's certain things I'm glad I never like really beat the fuck out of anybody.
Yeah.
I got beat up a couple times, but every time
That's
I got beat
probably
up.
why we have all those hero fantasies.
Yeah.
Because you're still questioning. If it happened
What would I do?
past the 7th grade,
Yeah.
do I have
Past
it
the
in me?
7th grade.
Do I have it in me? All right, so you couldn't beat the shit out of somebody with your hands. Could you shoot someone?
No.
For some
No.
reason, shooting seems, especially the bigger the distance,
Yeah.
it just seems like, you know.
You're right. I could sniper someone before I could shoot them. Meaning, like, if you put me on top of a building, like I was just watching American Sniper today.
Yeah.
If you put me on top of a building and I had to protect my friends by shooting a woman with a grenade in her hand, I could probably do that before I could.
What's the biggest thing you could kill?
Biggest thing?
Yeah. Kangaroo?
I couldn't kill a whale.
Can't kill a whale. Can't kill an elephant.
No.
No,
Can't
I
kill a
could never
gorilla.
kill a.
No.
I
Can't
could
kill one of the
never.
great tigers, cats. Can't kill one of those either.
I killed a
Bear?
rat in our backyard.
Couldn't kill a bear.
No?
fucking way.
No.
Not even to eat it?
Well, bear hunting
No.
is weird. I'm sure if Rogan hears this, he'll be like, "That's not what bear hunting is." But I think I saw bear hunting on TV, and it's almost like they bait it. Like they go, "Here's a jar of not jar of honey, but like they put a food
Yeah.
out for it, and then they sit in a tent, and then the bear goes and gets it, and they shoot the bear when it.
No, that's Dude,
I'm sure that's
I
not
don't
what
think
happens.
I could shoot
but that's what I
anything.
saw on TV.
I will say this: Joe Rogan gave me some of his elk meat.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I made chili out of it, and I made these burgers. Burgers were fucking phenomenal. There's this recipe on the internet I found that was like you put Swiss cheese on it, then a fresh slice of prosciutto. Dude, it was fucking
Really?
crazy.
I'll eat the shit out of that. I don't think I could shoot
I couldn't kill
any
it.
of those animals.
We
though.
killed
but
a
we're
buffalo.
pussies though because
I know.
we'll eat it.
I know exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
of
we
course.
did- we did
like
a
you
segment.
commit genocide, I'll live in the country.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
wouldn't do it.
Right.
Clean them out.
Right,
I'll
yes.
buy the
We're
property.
classic white guys.
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to kill an
We're
animal.
basic white guys.
We killed a buffalo for trip flip, and
Totally.
and went up to this thing. We were on an Indian reservation, and our whole thing was, if you're cool with eating it, you better be cool with the harvest. That's what they kept saying to us. So they get up, sight it, whole pack of
That's
buffalo.
the real shit.
Yeah,
That's the real shit right there. Because, I could kill a chicken. Couldn't
got-
kill a duck. I could kill a chicken.
I couldn't kill a duck.
I could kill and I could kill, I didn't think I could do it, but I could kill like a steer. I could do it because I saw a guy one time do it on TV, and I was like, oh my God, that's terrible to watch.
Yeah.
The thing kept fucking bumping into all the other cows and fucking them up. So he fucking, they just sort of pen the thing off so it wouldn't be stressed and make the meat taste fucked up. He shoots the thing, and then they tied like this rope around the thing's back legs, and they had like a fucking
Hoist it up.
yeah, hoist it up, and then they gut the thing. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is gross. And he peels the skin off. It's disgusting. Lops the head off and all that type of shit. But then when he got down and he started cutting out the steaks, my mouth started watering. When the head and the skin and everything is gone, and the shit becomes familiar. Like, oh my God, that's a T-bone right there. That's a porterhouse. This is the fillet.
Oh, is that flank? Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's a
Then all
flank.
of a sudden, I'd kill a pig. I think, but pigs, I guess, are kind of cool. Like
You
my
stabbed
thing,
a pig in the heart.
huh?
I stabbed a pig in the heart.
Really?
Yeah, hunting pigs. We had to kill it.
I think you're
Don't
the
you have
most
dogs
savage
and
one.
Dogs are getting
That's brutal.
Dogs are getting mauled. They're going, he's
No,
just
the
stabbing
dogs
it.
are holding the pig down. The pig's making real rapey noises, like that's where
The
they go.
dogs are holding him down?
Hold him down like all the dogs are big Hawaiian pit bulls. Hold him down by the ears, biting onto the pig's ears, biting onto its legs, biting onto its asshole, just holding it down.
Jesus.
Like 8 dogs, and then they give you a sword, like a knife, and they're like stab it in the heart, right under its arm.
God.
And this guy went in, stabbed it. I went in, stabbed it. We all stabbed it because we want to be.
Did you miss? Did you do it?
Well, I think we all missed. I think they ended up stabbing it and killing it. It was so fucking stressful. Every time that you do that, you're like, oh fuck, man, I'm not a hunter. I don't have this fucking thing
Yeah,
in me.
I don't
I've been a
either.
hardcore gatherer, just out in the woods daysdreaming.
I kind of like
Picking
berries,
berries.
and I also like making
Bringing
pies.
wheat back to the fucking cave.
Guys, look what I found.
It'd be cool, We could just sort of like, put it on the end of a stick, fry it up, maybe.
Guys, if you heat up these berries, the sugars start really kind of popping.
Give us energy.
Caramelize, and it just really adds a whole other level of flavor.
Maybe we could smear some of my
They all,
berries on
they
this
all got
pig.
that. They all have that gold fucking, the tribal tattoo. They got the warrior thing on it. You're just sitting there wearing like a fucking, I don't know, smock.
Guys, if we smear the berries on the outside of the pig, they'll caramelize. I bet it'll be pretty good. Candied, right, guys? Yeah, I have no ascertainable skills in an apocalypse. No fucking survival.
No, but I think that's great. You want to be the first wave that dies. You don't want to be. You want to be there when the new government gets set up, and it's all the way back to like fucking
the
Trojan
first
horses
wave
and
that dies.
sandals and shit. No, you don't. That's why I wasn't worried at all when that fucking shithead in North Korea was talking about how he was going to shoot something over at L.A. I was just, right on my house. Right on my house. As I'm watching Pope of Greenwich Village go, that's my favorite scene, and that's it. Wiped out. The worst place to be would be in fucking Bakersfield, where you just got a little bit of the radiation. You got to try to walk that off. As the people of Bakersfield fucking come up with the new laws. I used to do a bit on that. These are the new rules. You're holding up like a stick. Fuck that.
I saw Stanhope's special last night. Whoa.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
I avoid his specials because I want to still feel like I'm funny.
Man,
Some people help you. Some people just make you feel like you're in the wrong business.
last night I was
I heard
where
Cedric
I was.
the Entertainer's got a big one, too.
What?
He's got a new one. I heard is fucking...
Cedric?
Yep, I heard
Yeah,
that.
I watched the first 10 minutes last night. He has the Tennessee State Marching Band open up the walk on stage and play him on.
Oh, shit.
Like like
What are you
full,
going to do, Bert? What's your next special? What's the concept? How are you going to top that?
I do it with my shirt off.
Comes out soon, right?
It comes out in December or November, I think. Yeah, I did it shirtless. That was maybe a tactical error. Right before all this fat shaming came out, decided to do a special shirtless. Sit on the stool at one point. My belly goes over my jeans. Yeah. I was watching stand-ups last night. I was fucking
I just
blown
realized
away.
the last time I saw you, you basically all you had on was a sock
Yeah. Yeah.
over his junk. by
Yeah.
the way.
That's so funny. You texted me today, and the last picture you had sent me was a sock on the floor, just by itself.
Yeah, you did give it away now.
Yeah.
The goddamn comedy jam.
I was at the
It's
bottom
funny.
of
I
the
have
stairs.
other naked pictures of you from other things.
Dude, you know what's funny? I can't even remember the song I did. That's how fucking nuts it was seeing you do that.
What was it was me, you, Margaret Cho, Ron White, and Harlan Williams.
Yeah, Ron White killed Give Me 3 Steps.
Give me 3
He
steps.
sang.
Really?
You know, dude, he was great. First of all, he comes out. I mean, he's a fucking
Yeah.
just. You
He
know,
comes
one
out
of-
and he's got Ronnie Van Zant's hat. Remember that?
Was that what that was?
Ronnie Van Zant's widow sent Ron White Ronnie Van Zant's hat to do the song in.
He's living your life.
Dude,
He has famous friends.
That's what I'm in this business, not for the art, but for all the fucking extras. Like, I love that. Like, the marching band coming out with me, that's something I'd be into.
Yeah.
I love that.
He is fucking funny, by the way, man. Not that
Cedric?
that's Cedric is so
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah. There's this opening clip where he has like other comics talking about him. Like just real quick.
Yeah.
Like Seinfeld says something. It's just like an image and then you hear him talking about him. And then Chris Rock goes, the hardest gig I've ever had was following Cedric the Entertainer New Year's Eve in Oakland.
Oh, my God.
You imagine?
Just a second, following him. That's already tough.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve. Impossible. Oakland.
Over.
Bernie Mac is still my favorite out of the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac was that fucking set. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
What's the hardest
Unbelievable.
hardest follow you ever had? Like a whole shit. This is a total nightmare follow scenario. Like following someone.
All right, you want to go? I'll say I'll go way back in the day. All right, I would say Red Johnny and the Round Guy.
Oh, wow.
Red Johnny at the Boston Comedy Club. They used to end doing that, talking about going to the club.
Yeah.
And then they would start doing that song, It Takes Two. It takes two to make a thing go right. And one of them was beatboxing, the other one was singing that. It takes two to make it out of sight. And they would be flipping the lights of the club on and off. And they would be dancing up there. You know that shit, when the strobe thing where you missed all, like the guy's over here and then he's over here? They
Yeah.
would do that. And if you were a new comic, Matt Frost and Jason Steinberg would run in the club. They would put you on then,
Oh god.
your first time there, to see what would happen, to see if you could. Oh my god, it was just like, it was like I wasn't even on stage and the show was fucking over. If they weren't looking at me, you know what I mean? They might
Yeah.
have just been talking amongst themselves. There was very few people that Dane Cook passed that, went up and murdered after him.
Really?
Murdered. Fucking murdered. Then Greer Barnes. Greer Barnes is another one.
Greer Barnes was a monster on stage. I haven't seen him in forever. Is he still doing stand-up?
Yeah.
Where is he? In
That's
New
what
York?
is means.
Yeah. I mean, he's fucking like, he's one of the best.
Have you ever seen Greer Barnes? He would do this scuba diving bit.
He'd stop talking. He'd be underwater, and he would stop talking. He's just imitating with making the bubble noises. He's gesturing and all this stuff. Murdering. I just remember in the end, he would shoot the guy.
Yeah, shoot
and then,
the guy in the water.
tag was, because I'm from the Bronx. And
Yeah.
the place would go nuts. One of the best beatbox guys ever. I mean, he was just a total fucking entertainer.
Yeah.
And then you would go up, and what I always hated was even the white people were disappointed. And I want to be like,
Yeah.
you're fucking white too. You just hate yourself. Yeah, this is what we are. Fuck you. I'm a monologist. Settle down while I do my political humor. I literally felt like I was up there in a tweed jacket reading some shit from the paper chase after his fucking act. Jeremy Hotz. Jeremy Hotz got on a fucking roll.
Yeah.
I'm just going to name guys because it's always like the same. Like, obviously, Rogan, Louis, David Tell, all of those guys that everybody knows. But these other fucking guys.
Jeremy Hotz he wouldn't even say a setup premise. He'd just go, I went to IKEA? And the place would go
nuts.
fucking nuts.
And then he brings something up, and once they get into that...
rhythm with him.
What a piece of shit that is. Once they buy into that fucking thing, they're laughing before he gets to it. And then what I love is the punchline is worthy of how hard they're already laughing, but even more so. And it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. That guy...
Tony Woods.
Ugh. Another brutal one.
Tony was a monster.
That. Oh, my God. Last year.
I keep saying was, but
because you don't see him. You're talking like they retired. Is he still doing it?
Yeah.
Does he work down at the aquarium? That's what you're saying. Like,
Tony Woods.
If I don't see him, then they're not in the business. You really got a problem.
Tony Woods and I had the best moment on stage. I'm in the DC Improv Sunday show, sold out. I'm towards the end of my set, feeling really good, shirt off. I'm retired now, so I've had a couple cocktails, meaning like my show's about over, and I hear Tony Wood's voice in the back. Tell that story about Tracy Morgan. And I go, okay. I go, wait, who is that? And all of a sudden he pops out of the side of the stage. He goes, I was there too, and I remember it differently. And then Tony Woods and I get 2 mics and tell the Tracy, because he was there that night, and tell the Tracy Morgan story, and I would tell mine, and then Tony would discount everything I said, and was like, Bert was fucked up. He was the first person to take his shirt off, and it just, I said, Shorty. It was the greatest fucking moment. Leanne's there, right? Leanne's in the back of the room. I got my camera. It is.
Do you have that on tape?
I get off stage. I go, please tell me you recorded that. And Leanne goes, I should have, right? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She goes, that was magic. I was lost. Tony Woods tells
Sometimes it's good to just have the story, though.
That's true.
Tony Woods told the story so much better. The only thing we really have in common in that story is the ending. That's how you get out of paying a check?
Yeah.
But Tony tells it so differently and so much better. Because I remember just...
Does he say it to Jay, or how does it end?
Yeah. Was Jay Moore there that night?
No. Oh. Tony got pissed. Tony got pissed and called me one night, a little buzz, and he goes, the fuck's Jay Moore telling our story for? And I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, that's long. And he's like, fucking, that shit didn't happen to him? I was like, I know, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Tony. Tony tells
Jay Moore, best impressions in the business, though.
He really does do some fucking amazing impressions. He really does.
He's the best I ever saw. Having said that,
yeah.
It's your story, yeah.
But man, Tony Woods tells that story, and I told him, I was like, you should start telling that story, because the way Tony's so good at telling a story. He takes a little nuance and then adds it, but he just fucking sprinkles it.
Yeah, it's
like
so
I
subtle.
hammer things, and he just...
No, he's just laid back.
I just sit back. I see this white chick come up with the bill.
Dude, he kills like a guy screaming and sweating, and he's just like talking.
We did Shoreline Amphitheater last year.
Yeah.
Chappelle's headlining. Tony goes like 4th to last. He does a set like that, just like, yeah, and so I said, like, talking like that.
Yeah.
Standing ovation from 20,000 people. And then the 3 of us that are after him are like, this is going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
He murdered the place. Destroyed so hard.
The Tommy Hitman Hearns story, he has to play Tommy Hearns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought that he's body type.
Yeah. I spent a solid, I'd say, 3 years.
Like they do the Roberto Duran movie, Hands of Stone. They should have had, because Tommy Hearns fucking knocked him out.
Tommy Hearns knocked out
Roberto Duran. Oh, I want to say it was a left hook. It was fucking... Because he was like 6'1", but could make weight at like 160.
Yeah.
Something
crazy size.
Tommy Hearns was the one with the dreadlock, or the
Jerry curl.
Jerry curl.
When he fought Hagler, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Those were good. That was when boxing was boxing.
I love Tommy Hearns. I used to always fucking bet on him. And he would fucking have fights won, but he was such a fighter. He never like ran away or anything in the end. He just would just still stand there going toe to toe. And the amount of times he'd just end up getting caught or just get outpointed. It still bugs me that they gave that to Sugar Ray against Hagler.
Yeah.
I so think that Hagler won that fight, and Sugar Ray, the last 10 seconds, would steal the fucking round.
Yeah. You think boxing will go away one day?
Yeah, I think it's all going to be taken over by robots. I think eventually they have them at this point where people can fuck them, right? And they're trying to get it down. That's another bit I never should have stopped doing. I was talking about how some guy, he's fucking this robot, but he's wearing like the lab coat, so he still feels like he's doing research. Just banging a gun. There's other people standing there watching him fucking with those little fucking clipboards. It's like 80% there. There's something on the right back of the pussy doesn't quite feel like a pussy, but the rest of it is awesome.
It'll go away from our country.
What's that?
Boxing. Everything will leave here first.
No.
You'll just be able to see all this. You'll have to go to Mexico to
There's
watch
too much
violence.
money to be made, I feel. But once, if there was ever a major like class action suit where they really had to pay people out, other than what the fucking NFL did, which they basically gave everybody like $5,000
Yeah.
collectively.
Yeah.
You know, I think football would go away first not because the NFL gives a fuck. It's just because so many of my friends that have kids now, their kids are playing soccer.
Really?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because they don't want you. The thing about it is, dude, is the odds of making it into the NFL, all right, are so fucking astronomical. And then you're going to sit there watching your third grade kid going out there and just getting knocked around. My dad took me out of football in third grade.
Really?
He saw it for what it was.
My dad didn't want me to play football at all. I played 2 years, was JV 7th grade, moved up to varsity in 8th grade, and my dad was like, this is a fucking bad idea. And I was like, I loved it. I loved the idea of getting marks on your helmet, head to head. I was like, Kong, like a fucking idiot. And then baseball, just stayed at baseball, got rid of football. So I think the high school I went to, you couldn't do
Your
both.
low self-esteem combined with your need to be liked,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a deadly combination in football.
Yeah.
Because you would be, who wants to be the wedge breaker? I'll do it. They think I'm crazy. They like me. I'll do it without a shirt on. Yeah, and you'd have some Mad Dog nickname or something, and you'd love it. And then when the smoke cleared and your brain was mush, none of those fucking people would call you.
Dude, I got
Be that guy.
back injury
Mowing the lawn at
in
your old high
fifth
school.
grade football. Went to the hospital, and my dad was like, "You're going to practice on Monday."
Really?
Yeah.
You see that?
Shut up.
And you can see it in his eyes. That's exactly how his dad said it. And now you got this in front of you.
Yeah,
You gonna
man.
let your son play football?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
100%. I mean, like, I would never do, like, you got to play a sport. But as far as, like,
I highly suggest that you play
Yeah.
football, son.
If you want me to love you.
that kind of stuff.
The way my father loved me.
If you want me to love you the way my father loved me.
I mean, he's got some toy footballs now. We're
When
trying
he
to
threw me
plant
in
the
that
seed.
pond that had those water moccasins in it.
Absolutely, man.
Taught me how to turn fear into anger.
Oh.
Then you're
There's
going to
no-
play football, son.
I don't even know if you can raise a kid like we were raised. I think
Yeah.
it's illegal.
I think it's coming back.
You think?
I think bullying's going to come back in a big way. Just like, you know how... like the decade
Bullying's
before is
coming
always
back.
corny,
Yeah.
and then 20 years before is
Yeah.
cool. Like in the 80s, disco stunk, and then in the 90s, all of a sudden, somebody started playing the Bee Gees again.
Right.
Just like, man, I remember this. My mom used to play this in the car. Like, bullying's going to come back.
Man.
Like, we're going to go too far with... The kale's already out.
Right?
Right?
Right.
People have moved on from yoga into Pilates. It's all going to come back to Gold's Gym again. Push it up. No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
It's going to go back.
CrossFit's slowly moving that back because you got accountants doing fucking walking out of squats.
CrossFit is the most narcissistic fucking working. We get it. You're working out. Why do you have the garage door open? They're running down the street.
Yeah.
They're, look at us. We're working out.
Running by
Yeah.
by froyos, just jogging. I do
Oh.
CrossFit right now. Fucking, I love it. I love it. The thing that sucks is they make all the plates the same size.
Right.
So the 10s.
What
Look
sucks
like
is
45s.
your joints and all that shit is short-term shit. You're gonna get fucking shredded. You're gonna look great, but the wear and tear.
I can only move my arm this high right now
Yeah,
because I fucking
Your shoulders are killing
my
you.
shoulder. I fucked my shoulder
and
up.
we're also old.
Yeah.
We're
43
old,
years
dude.
old.
Yeah, you can't. Once you get over 40, dude, you can't you
Doing
have to.
clean and jerks. The fuck am I doing? Clean and jerk.
Are you doing them?
Oh God, yeah.
Dude, I put a gym in my house, and I went out and I got weights so I can try to put up. Most I ever put up, I did it one time. I put up 225, which is 2 plates on both sides. I did it one time, like
On what? On
20
bench?
years ago. Yeah, I did it one time, so I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking back to that, right? And I start getting up to 155, and I'm feeling my shoulder, and I'm 80s kid pushing through it. Got up to 175 for 3 fucking reps, and the next day, dude, I felt like I threw like fucking from the warning track 1,000 times. And I just now the humbled that I am when I walk into my gym and I see all of this fucking weight, like there's dust on the 45 plates. I keep trying to dust it off so people come in just thinking like, wow, you keep a really neat gym. It's like, no, I just kind of use the elliptical. I use the speed bag a little bit. And then like, other than that, I do push-ups. I'm into like body weight, like pull-ups. And I bought these things, the atomic weights. They look like little cannonballs and you kind of go like, that's the shit that's the kind of strength that I think doesn't really fuck with your body. And it's something that you should be able to do. Because I always think, like, if I'm on the road, I'm in a hotel fire, like, how would I get out?
Yeah.
And whenever I watch Cirque du Soleil, I'm like, there's not a floor high enough that you could put these people that they couldn't somehow climb down.
Oh, I've done the 3-story jump into a airbag. Like I could totally fucking jump myself into a pool.
Really?
Oh yeah, I did a 3-story.
Dude, a pool's not an airbag, and there's no real good deep ends in hotels anymore. Most of it is just like 5 feet all the way across because of lawsuits. Once they got rid of the diving boards, which I also think are going to come back.
Yeah.
Diving boards are never coming back.
They got to come back.
You think?
They got to come back.
Like the 1970s diving board. Who puts a diving board
Where
in
you
their
really
pool?
can bounce?
You know what?
Shit.
That's a major problem with the toughness of kids today is they don't know what it feels like to wipe out on a diving board and get that diving board rash on your legs, and then you hit the pool and the chlorine hits it. And then you hear everybody laughing, and you're trying to get your shit together under the water because the chick you like is sitting there, and you know you're going to come up with this fucking look on your face.
You ever try to do a back dive and land on your back? Just smack.
Oh, everything.
Crack. That my
I
kids don't
cracked
know
my
that.
chin trying to do a just jump up and turn and go backwards. Landed on the diving board, chin.
You just jumped up and
You
turned
turn around,
Gong.
yeah. Boom, and just split my
What
chin
about
open.
the first time you invite the fucking the dog in? And you don't realize it's going to be swimming up to you, like doing the doggy paddle. It's just going to maul you.
The Valerius
Big
has had
golden
a
retriever. You're like, come here,
a golden
come here.
retriever. Come here, nugget. And then
Yeah.
the thing just tears your
Just
chest
mauls you to
apart.
death. You get
like a
out.
fucking werewolf.
Yeah, you get out. Yeah, you get out. You literally look like you walked into the tiger pen at the zoo. Jesus Christ, what happened? We went swimming.
Ryan threw the dog in.
Yeah. Then the only medicine your mother had was the shit for poison ivy, and she just puts it on there anywhere. Just puts that pink shit on you. These kids don't know about that.
Yeah. My kids do not. Especially in our above ground pool, our dog can stand. Oh,
I fucking love your dog.
oh, she's she's well worth all the money we spent on her to get those legs fixed.
Oh, the hip shit.
Yeah, when those homeless people tried to break in, man, you have a 130-pound dog just going, "Arr!" like going after them. That's like having a big dick. Priscilla just scared the fuck out of people, and then just that's it. And then once the word comes out from the homeless people, like, hey, don't go there. They have a big dog.
Yeah.
That's all you need. All you need to do is just make it more of a problem than the person next to you. It's the same thing with bullying. All you had to do was put up enough of a fight, and then it moves down to the next kid.
Yeah.
Trickle down bully economics.
That's right. Which gets you ready for the finance world.
Yeah.
So I think what we just figured out there, without any research, is that the upsides of bullying need to come back.
The thing that's going to suck about this podcast is that everyone's going to go, that you had that in you this whole time. You could have been doing these good of podcasts. There's no way I'm going to do a better one than this.
You know, if they never got rid of bullying, I think we would have got Osama way quicker.
What's that?
We would have got Osama bin Laden a lot quicker.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
How so?
We wouldn't have these politically correct troops over there, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought you guys were going to jump on this. Now you guys are actually listening to me like this is actually true. I'm being absurd right now. That's one of those classic things that they just take a clip of it from the podcast, and the next thing you know, you're on the front page of the Daily Mail.
Bill Burr supports.
Does not support the troops. He
Modest,
likes this song.
modest, frugal comedian Bill Burr does not support the troops.
9-year-old Prius. No bigger friend.
Paid off.
Paid off?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You pay off everything.
Yes, I do. I don't do well with debt. I don't like owing people shit, and I don't like I don't like working for other people in that capacity.
So when you get a paycheck, what do you do with it? Do you put it in savings? Do you invest it?
I do a little bit of a bunch of shit, but it's all very conservative. And now I got to the point I paid my house down and everything. So now I want to buy a modest.
Paid your house down.
Paid it off.
Paid it off.
Paid it off.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We just borrowed
Wait,
against
what do you
our
wanna
house
buy?
to do this.
What do you want to buy, though? You said you were about to say
Just
you
gonna
want
buy like a small rental unit. Learn the game in something that I can handle if it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
And then once I learn the game, then like that's
real estate.
my out of this business. I want by the time I'm 70, have a couple of rental properties that are paid off. I'll live off whatever the government lets me keep at that point.
Yeah.
I'll have my slippers, a couple of cigars, some Miller High Lifes, ice cold.
Yeah.
Some top shelf booze. And I'm good. And anything else I got left over, I'll spend on my wife because she's the shit. And then that's it.
So first, like...
Kegerator. I'm going to drink my whole life, though. I am.
Oh, I want a beer so bad.
I think if you don't get sober by my age, you're in it. You're going Peter O'Toole.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You're doing summer stock. You're going to be half in the bag. You're going to have your sword hanging off your belt. Some people just going, how does he remember those lines?
Do you ever call your dad and ask him for financial advice?
No, my dad's an artist.
What?
My dad is an artist at heart. So
he's not the financial guy.
no, but what I got from my dad and my mother was passion. They're passionate people. Like they love stuff. They like. I got that drum kit I brought out.
Yeah.
That night, that old lugwood that I had, the Bonham Green Sparkle. Like I fucking love that thing to death, right?
Yeah.
So I still have a drum kit at my parents' house. So at this point, I'm like, I barely have room for that thing.
Really?
Okay. So I told my parents that I wanted to sell the other one that I have this old Slingerland kit, and they just no, but that's the one you played. Like they're really sentimental. Like they're not into the whole like, well, absolutely, you could take that money and then turn it into this and blah 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 blah. Like they love the stuff that they have, and they don't like they just don't have that in a good way. They don't have that thing of, this is a good investment. We'll buy this, then we'll flip this, and then turn this into that.
Yeah.
And then we'll just, take out all this gorgeous shit and redo it with Home Depot crap and make $40,000 and then do it. They don't have that. Like they walk in an old house. Why I'm going to lose my shirt on my house if I ever sold it was because I did everything first fucking class. And like, dude, I even went around to they all had like, the door locks with the skeleton keys. They were all painted shut. I fucking stripped them all, got it all out, found a locksmith who made a skeleton key. So they all fucking work because I just thought it was cool that you could lock doors and shit.
Yeah.
And this is what kills me. This is like your story coming back from the championship game. I'm the only one who gives a fuck. I think it's so fucking cool that the old thing, I go, it works the way, I go and like, say to my wife, I go, you realize these fucking door locks, I bet that these things have been painted over since probably the 1950s.
Yeah.
Or at least with the house settling, that it didn't even work, and I totally get into all of that. There's this place, Liz's Hardware, out here where you can buy all these old fixtures and shit. I know where the door guy is downtown. Then there's the tile guy, and you can buy all this rescued shit, and they call it rescued shit. It's basically when these guys are flipping houses, and they go, yeah, we're redoing the bathroom. The guys who demolish it, they keep all the shit, and then they go around to all these places. They sell it. Then assholes like me buy the house and want to have it restored so it looks like it doesn't have this weird vibe of it was made in 1923. Oh, wait, was it made in 1987? Or was it 2013? Yeah. Like, I try to get it to look, and even if I redo something, I'm like, the style of it has to fit the fucking house. I don't want the living room to look like this, whatever your house is, like this fucking Art Deco, this Mediterranean arts, what do they call it, Craftsman house. Yeah. And then I don't want you to walk in and all of a sudden the kitchen looks like you're at the W Hotel. Like I like, to me, it's bizarre.
Leanne, we started tearing out the wood in this house. This house was built in 1930, and so
can't get wood like that anymore.
So I took a picture of it. I did like a periscope, and I was like, it bums me out. I see all this wood. It's great wood. It's beautiful wood.
Beautiful wood, and it's like. That's why all those old guitars and everything are worth so much money and allegedly sound better. Like I don't have the ear, obviously, as a comedian. But what it was an older wood, and those older trees don't exist. So now the trees that they cut down or they farm them or whatever, if they grew them themselves, it's a younger wood, so it's like a wetter wood or something like that. And they just...
they sound different.
They sound different. Now, I can't fucking tell. And the reality is if you get a great player, you get them on anything, they sound amazing. But the reason why those guitars are worth so much money, a lot of it has to do with that. I think the other shit is the story behind having them, the sentimental value. Like, dude, I'm a sucker for all. Like, I'm the kind of guy, like, I just think of, like, you know, like, I'll look at something, like an old chair or something, just think of the people that sat in. There's a weird thing. Some shit can get so, like, I don't like buying, like a state jewelry. That's creepy, buying somebody's dead grandmother's brooch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if there's a cool old fucking, like, chair that looks like you could smoke a cigar in it, like, and redo it, you know, and have it have that same look, like, and you find, like, these guys that are into it, and that'll fix it. Like, I bought this lighter that I saw. I'm a big Humphrey Bogart fan, and in the Maltese Falcon, he's got this fucking. And I already forget the name of it, and I bought one too. But I just to turn around and having this guy fix it was so quick. I forget what you call him, but you just sort of you just like he just stuck the cigarette in, and you just went on this thing, and it automatically was lit. And it was this little Art Deco looking thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are those things called? Fuck. I hate doing this to people on podcasts because now it's going to drive them nuts. And they're gonna just look up if you go on YouTube. This is how I found it because after I saw the movie, I was like, "What the fuck is that thing?" I just looked up Humphrey Bogart Maltese Falcon cigarette lighter, and you'll find it. And then you can find it on eBay. And there's this guy in Michigan that I found that redid the whole thing like perfectly. And every once in a while, when I get a really like. They're really just for cigar smokers, but like, that's right. You don't just stick the cigarette in it. It has this little wand that has flint on it, and it's in this lighter fluid. And then you take it out. It's this little thing, and you just go, and it like it's almost like flash paper. Like it comes up, and then you light it. It's so fucking dope. And then the way you put it out is you just stick it back in the hole, and it goes when it goes into whatever the fuck it stays in. Right?
I gotta Google it now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't make sense if it was a flame that you could stick it in, and it would go out. But I guess there's not enough oxygen in there, and you just, I don't know.
You had one, you had it made? You got one of those?
No, I found one, and then I just had this guy just do like the little mini overhaul on it so everything fucking worked on it.
Yeah.
And it's the shit, and every once in a while I'll bring like a hardcore cigar guy over there.
Yeah.
Because there's all these rules for me with the smoking and booze. All right? If you're the Bud Light guy, I'm breaking out Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
All right? If you're going to if you're a huffer, if you're sticking the whole cigar in and you're chomping on the fucking thing, I'm not breaking out the Cubans, right? You know, I'll get you like an Aurora, which is still a great one, the Emerald, something like that, something legal, but I'm not breaking out the Cubans, and I'm not breaking out, you know, any top-level hooch. Like, I'll tell you a great one that I got recently is whiskey, the Yippee-Ki-Yay. Have you tried that shit? Oh. Dude. If you have that fucking shit, dude, with the greatest thing at night when you have the kitchen light on and the light goes through the bottle, it looks like gold.
Yippee-Ki-Yay is what it's called?
Yippee-Ki-Yay. Oh, it's the shit. But it's kind of like hipstery, so people really jump on it.
Yeah.
But somebody told me about it right before everybody learned about it, and I bought 2 fucking bottles of it. And I'm almost done with the second one. It's making me a little sad.
Really?
Yeah. I'll try to get some more of it, but dude, it's just like, but that's the type of shit, but that's not the shit you get drunk on.
Yeah.
Like, that's the stuff you drink it neat and you just sip it and you savor it. But like what stinks is if when you break out a bottle like that and a guy keeps going back like he's drinking Jack and Cokes, you just kind of go like, dude.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like if because I like the buzz.
Yeah.
I like those first 2 to chase me into the corner. The first 2 drinks to go, here we go. And then it hustles you into a room of buzz.
If I'm just getting fucked up, I'll go with like I really think like Maker's Mark's a little too sweet for me.
I like Jameson, Irish whiskey. I like something
Jameson
buttery.
is nice.
I don't like the sweet. I don't like any American whiskey. I like Jack Daniels.
Johnny Walker Black is like
I can't fuck around with Scotch.
You don't like Scotch?
I had some of the greatest Scotch ever in Scotland for a tasting.
Yeah.
And I could not turn the corner on it. I was like, it just tastes too medicinal for me. Too much like too antiseptic.
Medicinal?
Like too much like a hospital
Like
room.
it's going to heal. Oh, it tastes like medicine is what you're saying.
It's a little too fucking antiseptic. Like, I like the butteriness of Jameson. I like the softness on my tongue. Like it's lame. It's putting me to sleep.
You'd think we were talking about lettuce, talking about booze. Anybody else who's never drank it would drink it. And you remember the first time you ever have Scotch? It literally felt like somebody filled this ashtray with water and you just took a swig of it.
Oh.
It's like the worst taste ever.
Cavassier. First time I ever had Cavassier. Like what is that? It's not Burr. What's Cavassier? It's
Cognac?
It's cognac. The first time I ever had cognac was in Russia with that guy Igor. And
You drank cognac in Russia with a guy named Igor?
Yeah.
How fucking cool is that?
We went to
Only
the
Burr.
Bolshoi Ballet. Me and him went to the Bolshoi Ballet.
Did you say walk this way at any point in the night?
And he said, he's like, get all the booze now because we can't leave we had a little box. So he bought a bunch of cognac. And I was like, nice. And I had a glass of warm cognac and I went,
Really?
I was like, I'm going to fucking die.
I got a great one for you as far as like, I never really fucked with cognac. But cognac, you can age it. Like, I forget how much longer.
Louis the 15th.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were...
It's like $1,000.
We were in
right?
Denver, right? I was working with Jason Lawhead, and it was the first game of the NFL season was that night. It was a Thursday night, and it was a year, I think, after... It was the Broncos had a home game, so it was the one they lost. Was it against Seattle? That's the one they lost. Yeah, I think it was after they lost to Seattle.
Yeah.
No, but we have to be if they won. Like, how does that work? Did they?
Ask Tom.
I forget how that works, but maybe they were going against this defending Super Bowl champion, but I would think that would be a home game. All I know is they were kicking off the fucking year. It was the first. It was the first game of the year, and so they told us there was this speakeasy around the corner, which was obviously you don't need a speakeasy. Prohibition's over, but that was the vibe.
Right.
It was very, sort of hard to find. You had to knock on the door, and we went in there. So we had a great week. I'd made some good money, and I was just like, fuck this. It's the first game. You just feel like this is going to be an epic night, right? So I go, what's the most expensive shit you got? So it was this stuff. It was like something, it meant like the flower, like Lafleur or something like that. And it was like this 50-year-old shit, 60-year-old stuff. And it was like, it was almost like $100 a shot, right? So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, right? And so there's this kid in his 20s behind the bar. And I go, hey, we're gonna do a shot of that stuff. And he goes, really? I go, yeah, but only if you drink it with us. And he goes, oh, no, man, I can't. I go, no, I'm going to get you a glass, too. He goes, no, I can't do it. And he was young, whatever his name was, like Scott. I was like, Scott, there's times in your life when you say yes, and this is one of them, right? And he starts laughing. He goes, all right, this is such a good shit. He goes, but only if I can split the shot with everybody else, because it was like two other bar backs, and they all wanted to try it.
Yeah.
So they poured me and Jason a shot, and then they divvied his up three ways.
Yeah.
And we all clicked glasses, and you just sipped it, dude. It was fucking, like, it hits your mouth. And all of these, it felt like history, dude. I can't, like, the age of it. I've never tasted anything like it. And then as it went down your throat, it was like your whole body just relaxed, like, oh. It was like you just had been meditating. It was fucking unbelievable. And we just sat there sipping that shit. And, like, I've never, like, so just took, like 2 drops at a time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want this to end. It's $100 a shot, right? So we ended up finishing that. And we walked out like, dude, that was the greatest thing ever. Now we're going to the game. And we hailed, like, a bicycle taxi after drinking this $100 shot thing. And we sat there. We had, like, Bud Lights or something with us. And we went back to that. And we were just just riding over there. It was so fucking funny. 2 guys in one of those, by the way. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And we just rode over to the stadium. And we had decent seats, And I immediately went home and I ordered a bottle of it. So I'm so fucking white trash. When the bottle shows up, they do this thing to preserve it where they have like this, almost like this wax. They burn it around it or something so it stays. So I didn't know how to get the thing open. And I'm trying to figure out I didn't know how to do it. So I got this knife and I'm cutting at it and shit. And all it's starting to flake up. And when I opened it, some of the flakes went into it. So there was like this level of flakes, wax on this beautiful fucking booze. And I'm trying to scoop it out. And like every once in a while after that, I would drink it and I'd be like, I just spit it out. And you know what? It didn't taste as good as it did. And maybe some of it was the fucking wax that I put in there, but like it would never tasted. I was so disappointed because I was just like, if I can sip this in my house with a good friend and they can have that same feeling.
Yeah.
Like, half it was because you wanted to experience that with a friend. The other half was I wanted him to leave with the story like, dude, Burr's got the best fucking booze.
Yeah.
Dude, it was...
Yeah.
Fucking incredible. It's the best glass of booze I've ever had.
Really?
Yes.
I had Louis the 13th $300 glass of cognac on our honeymoon.
Was it incredible?
I don't know because I was so blacked out drunk that I threw up everywhere.
That's good.
I drank it, walked out of the place, and threw up all over Private Island, Little Palm Island, I think it's like I want to say it's $1,200 a night. Me and my dad said he got us a deal. It was like $1,300 a night. Go out with this mobster very last night, Danny, and he orders Louis the 15th or 13th, what the expensive one, and we start to drink it, and I come up with the idea that he's trying to kill me, and I just fucking pound it. And I'm like, we need to leave, and I walk out. What
happens? You get to a certain level of drunk and you start catastrophizing.
I start going. I know when to pull the plug. I know when to go to the mound and go, time to bring out the relief pitcher. The game's over for this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think you do, because you ended up.
I threw it.
That's basically letting up the walk-off winning home run.
This one was bad. I had Cristal. Dude, Cristal. I love Cristal. I'm not a big champagne guy, but we had Cristal that night, and I was like, oh, this is fucking good.
Dude, why
is that shit good?
It's good.
Because they always had
I think
rap
it's all
videos,
right.
so I always just thought it was like...
It's good.
It was
I'm
like
not
the
as
guy
crazy
who,
about it.
Oh, really?
I always
love
felt like...
Cristal.
Because rappers and everybody like that got into it, I just thought like this strikes me as like new money, and they think it's the good shit. You know, like when you don't have any fucking money,
Yeah.
then you go up.
Yeah.
You're like me. You're like, dude, Miller Lite, champagne and beers doesn't get any better than this. Like they smell it on you. My favorite fucking thing in the world is new money. You will not enjoy a person more than someone who just gets money. The shit that they're going to buy. Old money is the most boring. Stuffy
it's
shit
true.
ever. The best thing ever is the dude who had nothing. That's why, like, the rap videos back when they made videos was so fun, was the shit that those guys would spend money on.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so fucking over the top.
I got given 4 beers by a distillery in Michigan that you can't get. You just can't get them. They make them, and they're given to people, and they're fucking massively expensive. Like, insane. And the guy came to my show. He was one of the distillers. He brought me the beers. He goes, these are for you. Enjoy them, but don't, like, realize how important they are. And I was like, great. And I
pounded them?
I won.
Fucking shotgun them.
One morning.
But I always know when to pull myself out of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Something big happened in my career. I forget. Something happened. And I went and I had one. I took the first sip and I was like, I don't like it. I was like, it's a lot.
You know something? That's one of those things that you're just guilty of being too honest. Like if the amount of times somebody like, dude, you got to try this. This is amazing, and I sip it and I don't like it. I just, because they're so excited.
You roll with it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Dude, I always wondered what, like,
You
really...
go right to Yelp.
I'll
I
tell
didn't
you what.
really like it. I thought it was too hoppy.
I got 3 of them in the garage. I'll give you guys one to take home. Enjoy it one night. You'll love it.
To this day, I have a theory on Miller High Life. I don't give a fuck.
If you want, I'll break them out. You can sip them and throw them away. But I'll give them to you. You can take them home and enjoy them one night. I'll give you each one. And just be honest. Tell me if you like it.
Dude, I was in Winnipeg with Rogan, and we're there the night before a fight, and Dana White says, let's go to dinner.
I heard this.
So we go to
He
dinner.
looks like a steak guy.
Oh, yeah.
Wine.
We go to a real high-end steakhouse. And
He'd be a good best friend.
And
Dana White would be a really good best friend.
Yeah. And we go in
I'm putting that out there, Dana, if you're listening. I will become your best friend. I'll do all the shit. You can, like, fucking,
Yeah.
We go into...
Coffees.
Yeah. Hair looks good today, Dana.
We go in a private dining room. We go in a private dining room, and the sommelier comes in and gives them... And it's like a known steakhouse for their wine, too.
Yeah.
And he says to the sommelier, he goes, you don't scare me. And he goes, what do you got? And the guy's like, what do you mean? He's like, what's the best shit on this menu? And he closes it. And the guy's like, well, I mean, it's pretty extensive here. He's like, the best of the best. So they bring in the general manager to make sure he knows what he's doing. He's like, hey, just so you know, like, if you're being serious, it's real serious what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he's like, bring us 3 bottles. And the guy's like double checks. He's like, here's the price on it. And he's like, yeah, bring 3 bottles of that, and also bring me 3 bottles of your best white. So we have...
I think you found your new best friend, dude.
Oh, my God.
And they were...
Dude, Dana's right up my alley.
Yeah, I don't want any fights. I don't want tickets to the fights. I just want to eat and drink with you.
They were $5,000. They were $5,000 per bottle.
Are you shitting me?
Per bottle.
I fucking tapped out. Were you there?
Yeah.
I got so trying to picture what the bottle looked like. I forgot the beginning of the story.
Yeah. We're just at dinner. We're at dinner in Winnipeg.
Yeah, that's right. You're in Winnipeg.
Yeah, and then he just.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. And then he just.
In Winnipeg.
And I'm drinking it, I'm like, this is good wine. And the guy, the guy's like, yeah, like the server's like, he's like, it's pretty good. And and then I'm like, can I get another glass? But I'm full, so I don't really drink it. I'm like, it's too full, I think, to finish this glass of wine. And
you knew it was $5,000?
No, not yet. That's the thing. And then the next day, I actually run into that guy, the guy that served us. And I'm like, so what's up with that wine we drank? He's like, that's fucking like as good as wine as you can find in the world. And he tried to.
Don't sleep on Winnipeg. They got great food.
Yeah, it's great.
Cold as shit though in the winter.
It's brutal. It's got the
Winnipeg
coldest
is what they call it, I think.
spot, the windiest, coldest spot in North America is an intersection.
Canadians say it's cold.
It's
Hey, I'll tell
fucking
you, it's cold up there, you know?
It's fucking
Going old school
cold,
with you
man.
guys.
It's fucking unbelievably cold. But you're supposed to when you buy a bottle of wine like that. I didn't know this, but the thing you're supposed to do is
suck Dana's dick afterwards.
Is blow
Thank you for
Dana.
the wine, Dana.
You suck his dick, and you're supposed to leave a little bit for the sommelier. That's like the refined thing to do.
For the what?
For the
Sommelier.
guy the wine expert, for the som, it's like you're
And
giving
he
him a
sips
taste.
off of that?
And he
That's
sips-
why you never get into smoking weed, just that whole passing. Ugh, can I have my own?
Can I have my own?
Yeah, it's fucking
Well, he's
gross.
not drinking it out of your glass. It's out of the bottle. You know?
Out of the bottle. I
Yeah, yeah.
when he gave you the little thing for you to test it, then he takes the glass away and then he's drinking on it.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that. I'll never always be new money.
Your new money.
Don't know.
All right. I got it wrong.
You got to run?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I?
Well, you didn't want to promote something?
my Miller High Life theory.
What's that?
All right, is I don't give a fuck that it says there's 12 ounces of beer in there. There isn't.
Really?
I think there's barely 10. There's something about that bottle, dude. It just all slender. Looks like a fucking.
Yeah.
It looks
It's a
like a
champagne
woman.
of beers. Miller High Life's a champagne
It's
of
like
beers.
3 sips and it's gone.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite beer?
I go like, dude, I'm white trash. I like regular Budweiser.
Uh-huh.
I like Michelob Light. That's the first beer I ever got drunk on, so I got child
I
sense
love
memory.
Mick
Got
Light.
hammered down at Faneuil Hall
Yeah.
off of 2 beers.
Yeah.
Just
I like
really
Mick Light.
buzzed. And then Miller High Life. Yeah, all those fucking new ones.
Yeah.
Suffering Bastard, Kick You in the Face.
I got,
fucking
like,
ale,
7 of
all
them in
those-
there.
Those manly name beers.
Yeah.
Like, they never.
No.
Chimay is a good beer. Best
that
cigar.
Belgian?
By the way, best cigar out there that I've ever had. Xeno Platinum Chubby. Xeno Platinum Chubby is one of the greatest cigars I've ever had. It was one of Jay-Z's cigars. That was like Jay-Z's fucking favorite cigar.
Jay-Z, I was going to say like the best cars I've ever seen rappers get. Jay-Z's Porsche.
Yeah.
It's so fucking clean, dude. It's the classic, the silver. I saw him when he was doing something at
Is it
Barclays.
like a 911 or a Spider?
Yeah, it's that style. But this, I don't know what his just looks just a little different. It's just
It's a
the
good
shit.
best friend.
And then I would
Jay-Z would
say
be fucking great.
Kanye
Yeah.
West, his fucking Mercedes. Did you ever see what he had?
No.
Dude, he bought this fucking thing. It was like $1 million. It's like the speed racer car. There's no windshield. Like you wear a helmet with goggles and shit.
Oh, shut
And,
up.
dude, it's got the little. It's just like the cockpit, like you're in a plane.
Yeah.
And there's that little fucking silver roll bar over your head. It's like the Batmobile meets the speed racer thing. There's just another thing. Just have your listeners Google Kanye West Mercedes. The only thing was he pulled up to like some premiere in it with his friend, and they were just sitting there with their heads coming out of it. They look like two black, like Michael Dukakis, when he had his head outside the tank. I mean, you got to look like you can drive the fucker. You got to have like the goggles with the helmet.
A scarf.
Yeah, you got to have some sort of Steve McQueen, AJ Foyt, Mario Andretti vibe with that car. But the car is still like that's one of those things. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen anybody. I haven't even seen Jay Leno. Doesn't even have that fucking car.
Yeah.
Favorite Jay Leno car? You guys watch his
I've
Jay
seen a
Leno's
bunch
Garage?
of them. A lot of them, yeah.
Dude, he's got so many fucking cool.
It's really
ones.
crazy.
He came, we were
And
doing...
it's not the obvious ones either. He's
Yeah.
got this 70-something Datsun 2-door.
Yeah.
That a lot of hot rod guys would just. It was just a perfect fucking little car where you could just slam a big engine in it and it was already light as
Yeah.
shit and it's really boxy looking. Remember those Corollas and what was Datsun's version of the Corolla?
I don't know.
510 or so. I can't remember.
He's got like a 56 MG, like all types of. Like,
he's got
rad.
this. Then he's got that Mercedes-Benz limo. Mercedes-Benz at one point just said, "Fuck budget, let's just make." And I'm paraphrasing. You got to watch the video that Jay has on it, and it's like it's this stretch fucking just sick ass. Like these are the people that owned that car. It was Elvis, John Lennon had one, and then everybody else was like a dictator, and they were bulletproof.
Oh right.
And Jay Leno had that fucking car, dude. It's insane.
Like
I think
Gaddafi had one.
Yeah, Idi Amin.
Yeah.
Guys like that had them with the curtains and the back and shit.
Awesome.
I like the 1967 Cadillac limo that the Stones were driving around in.
That's a great one too.
Fucking beautiful. Like that's what I wouldn't mind one of those.
You know what? I saw one time there was like a 1930s stretch like limo thing where you sit behind the back window, and it was an old Cadillac. Was it the 30s? Was it that old? It might have been the 40s.
Yeah.
And I was joking with my wife, going like, if I had the fucking money, the space, and all that, I would redo this fucking thing, and you could hire a driver, just like the old school with the white gloves. And
Yeah.
you get in looking like new money bum that I look like, right? Just come walking in with my Bruins T-shirt and sit in the fucking back. And when it'd just be funny as shit. Like
Yeah.
when you pull up, who's getting out of this? Is this fucking, whatever. Is this guy part of the, I'm trying to think, Randolph Hearst, the fucking third? And then just some dope like me gets out.
I love driving, but I'd love to have a driver.
I'd love to have a driver.
It's the best.
Oh, I'd love to have a driver.
You get work done. You rest all the time. Fucking everything would be better with a driver in this town.
I'm gonna have to reassess my Uber because I'm spending way too much on Uber.
I hate Uber. I like taxis.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because Uber's all some 20-something kid, and they're fucking working on a script. They fucking know who you are, and then they this is where you live? It's weird. You get into a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
taxi, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
That's
weird.
true.
I never thought about that. Yeah, now you know where I live.
Yeah.
And then people are like, well, just have them drop you off for... Well, then they still know basically where you live, right?
I haven't tried. Maybe I'll take a taxi to the store next time. I always take Uber to the store because I never know what's...
But dude, you can come out of prison and get a job as a fucking Uber driver. They don't advertise, right? I lost them on my podcast talking about shit like this.
You lost the advertising on Uber.
Yeah.
Drive with Uber?
While I was doing the read. Roll the dice, people. No background check.
How much backlash did you get on the DraftKings or whatever? Did they call you? They had to have, right? You're like, this is
They
gambling.
never get to me.
They never. Oh, they call.
Because no advertiser. That's great. It's great being your own boss. I'm
Yeah.
never available. Never available for the call.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, if you didn't like the read, I'll give you your money back. I understand, but like, people make the mistake. Like for me, the show doesn't stop when you go into advertising, or else they're just going to skip over it. So I fuck around, I joke around, and the advertisers that get it
Love
are
it.
like, this is going to make people keep listening to it, and maybe they'll buy the shit. Or they'll just fast forward through the shit. So they know that with every read, there's a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I had like a predatory bank on there, or like there was these guys, claiming, they tried to claim that, 40% of all tickets to every live event go unsold. And I'm like, yeah, the Super Bowl. Every year. And these guys get them somehow. Beyonce, yeah. She only sells 60% of the Rose Bowl. That's why they book her there. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? So you just do shit like that. Because I know the listeners, they're not dopes. They're thinking that anyways.
Yeah.
So it just makes you look dumb if you're going, did you know?
Yeah.
That's how I read it.
I read it like that. But then you start realizing you're like, the fucking, like, MeUndies sent me some underwear. They're
I got a
actually
whole- I
really
got a whole
fucking
song.
comfortable.
They're great.
They are.
But you hear so many people go, they really are the most comfortable underwear, and you go, that's what they're paid to say.
No, they
they're
are.
really fucking comfortable.
Yeah, they're the best.
And they're not my sponsor, but they're really fucking comfortable.
I got a whole jingle.
A jingle?
For MeUndies?
I just think, yeah, MeUndies, no more sweaty balls. MeUndies, and then whatever I'm thinking of.
Use promo code MOM,
Hanging out with
MOM,
friends, fucking Bert.
for 20% off
If
your
you
first
got
bundle of
some dirt on
MeUndies.
your ass, the fucking modal will clean it up in a sass. Bada-boo, whatever.
Do I piss in your yard, or is
Yeah.
there a bathroom in the house?
No, just piss in the yard.
Okay.
Maybe the MeUndies jingle isn't that great as you guys just talked all the way through it. I just really lost all faith in that. Maybe
Are
it's
you
just a
leaving?
solo
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, should we wrap this up?
Isn't it amazing how time? I was just like, oh, this
Man.
can't. It's probably like 2:45.
It was 2 hours.
How did 2 hours? When did we light these?
2 hours ago.
No, we
That was-
didn't.
I promise you.
Yeah.
We lit that 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
This is a fucking blast.
It's a great time.
This was a great fucking time.
Congrats on 200, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
I'll have
much.
one heater with you before we go.
What's that?
I'll have one little heater.
Little something?
Little something to warm me. Just make the drive home a little exciting.
Tommy, you want a little heater?
People, you shouldn't
Let's
drink
do a
and
little
drive.
heater.
All right, a little heater.
Little heater.
Who wants a heater? That's the last thing I remember every year at the Rose Bowl.
What do we
We
want?
go to the Rose Bowl every year, and somebody says, "Who
shit.
wants a heater?" And then
Break out this.
See, new money. His top shelf is like underneath his fucking credenza. He's supposed to have it up top, showing it off like a trophy.
What do we got here?
Take a look at this.
Wow.
I'd like some of that. Look at that right there.
Yeah, Booker's.
Come on.
That's beautiful.
Someday
man.
when you get nominated for an Emmy and you win on one of your brilliant stand-up specials, wouldn't you rather if they just gave you a bottle of that?
Fuck yeah, man.
That's stupid.
I go back to my $2.1 million house.
Angel holding that thing right next to the U.S. Open, whatever the fuck that is, next to the Met Stadium.
Oh, shit.
This was where did my mic go? This was given to me. This was one of the many development deal. Promise it's going to go to series because we're definitely shooting the pilot.
Yeah.
Gift from a production company that wanted to work with me, and then it just got fucking shelved.
How many pilots?
I was
Thank you, Tal Rabinowitz at NBC for the offer.
How many pilots have you shot?
I've only shot. I've shot a million pilots.
That's the
saying.
most basic story you've had for any. I was waiting for you to be like, I was in Transylvania, and this count gave me this.
No, this one. This is. I think this is out of Colorado, maybe.
By the way, anybody listening to this can be your life if you tell some shit and dick jokes.
Yep.
Yep. Middle of the day. What's today? I don't even know what today is. Tuesday. Middle of the day on a Tuesday.
Good. Smells really good. How heat are we going?
I don't know. This should be like a two-parter, like physical graffiti. You know what I mean? So there should be the sober. I'm just spitballing here, guys.
It's always
Just
good.
spitballing.
Oof.
All right. So what do we end the podcast and then enjoy this like gentlemen? Or you're not going to slam this, are you?
No.
No, I'm going to get a new glass.
Why?
Take a look at my glass.
What'd you do?
There's
What is
a
that?
fucking bug in it.
Yeah, but the booze kills it.
No,
Dude, that bug is hammered. Can you imagine if somebody dropped you and, like, if you were the size of that fly, if you fucking... That's like one of those water towers. If it was full of scotch and they just threw you in it and you were just doing the dead man's float in it. He died doing what he loved. Swimming in a water tower of fucking scotch.
I'll drink that one later. When you guys are gone.
You know what? If he didn't leave, you would have got to see me. I was going to take that lollipop there and stick the stick in the end here. So
You
I
did
can
that
smoke
last
it all
time.
the way down.
You did that last time
I
with
tell you,
the
that's the Fidel Castro.
Jaime Garcia's. That was a
Fidel
fucking,
Castro story that
How could we do? How could you get a podcast where you just smoke cigars and drink whiskey and
Salute.
they give it to you? Salute.
Salute.
Thank you guys for doing this. I appreciate it.
Oh, my God.
It's really nice.
Ooh. That's really nice.
It's really nice.
Tom liked it. I was waiting for him to be like, yeah, you know,
Ooh, I like this
I didn't
part.
really like it. I thought it had a floral taste at first. Other people can, like, say it, like, they even do it with the cigars. Like, I'm tasting a chocolate. There's
Yeah.
a little, it's like, are you? I'm tasting smoke, and it's
I can't
delicious.
taste shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every city bus should smell like a cigar.
I miss that smoke. I was talking to Shane Moss about it. I go, I'd almost rather you smoke cigarettes in here because the vape pen, like smelling cotton candy, you're just like, I feel like I'm dying. This is
Yeah, they got all these studies out there now.
really.
About the damage they do?
Yeah. None of which I've read. I've just all of a sudden seen a little movement in the media. Now they're telling me it's bad. But, you know, it always goes back and forth. Remember, eggs were good for you, then they're bad, now they're good again.
Now they're good.
Then you just want the white, and then like, oh, no, all the protein's in the yolk.
Yeah, I love. Dude,
My
we got-
grandfather had a fried egg every day and fucking drank a martini at night, and he lived almost to be 100. So what I think it really is when you just stop doing what you do really quickly, and then you go to that, what's that little fucking, those little red things? My wife eats them. Pomegranate seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you start doing that, like, I'm going to cleanse myself. It's just like a...
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
when-
did one of those. I did one of those juice cleanses, and it fucked my stomach up for it's to this day.
Yeah, you got to go vegetable ones because you go the fruit ones. I got a buddy of mine turned into a diabetic doing that shit. He was able to knock it off by
Yeah.
cutting it off, but he was thinking he was being all healthy. He just kept getting all the ones with like the apple. He's doing like 3 times a day, and his sugar went through the fucking roof.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and he went for a physical, and they told him he was a diabetic. Jesus. I feel like an old lady telling like urban myths right now.
Well, you got to close the deal.
I got to take a piss.
Tom Segura pulling the plug.
Back in fucking Deadwood days, you couldn't. You just have to drink the whiskey.
All right. Jesus.
You have any dates you want to promote, Tom?
Dates?
Yeah.
And you'd crouch around the campfire, and they still had that rivet right where the taint was. You know those rivets that they have on the jeans?
Yeah.
Back in the day, they had one right down near the crotch. But cowboys, when they'd squat around the campfire, would get hot, and they'd burn their balls, so they got rid of it.
So that was the one holding your inseam? You
Yeah.
had a rivet there?
Yeah, the taint.
Oh, shut the fuck
I
up.
didn't know that. Dates?
You got any dates you want to promote, Tom?
You got any dates coming up?
Sure, I got a bunch. TomSegura.com. They're all there.
You got
Every great comic will not fucking promote themselves. If you were a fucking hack,
What?
you'd fucking have you'd know all your dates.
I don't know any of my dates. I'm in Tampa, but this has already been posted. It already happened.
I know I'm in Atlanta. I have a gig in Gainesville.
You have a gig in Gainesville?
Yeah, right before
So you do the gig Friday?
I do the gig, and then it's just like the work's out of the way, and then we rent like a little fucking party bus. I always end up losing money, and then we just go
This is
in.
what I wanna do next
We go
year.
in, and then we reach out on our podcast, Verzi, Bartnick, all these guys, Lawhead. We fucking say, hey man, we're looking for a tailgate. We want to see how you guys do it down there, and then people will send us fucking pictures, and then just whoever has the sickest looking smoker and looks the least like a fucking serial killer.
I'm going to do a
Even
tour.
if they are,
This
you're
is-
meeting them in
I'm going to do a
what I
tour
wanna
next
do.
year called So You Couldn't Get Tickets to Bill's Show. And I'm just going to do same cities
As
in
him?
small venues
Yeah.
and then just hang out with him Saturday.
Dude, stop being humble. You're a fucking TV star. Dude, your show's fucking great.
Yeah, thank you. You know, Jim
So me and
Jeffries.
Verzi one night were fucking watching you doing something. We just kept rewinding because he's like totally afraid of heights.
Yeah.
It's the funny
Panicking.
shit. It was
I
the
know.
one where
It's
you
the
were in that
best.
giant soccer stadium and they just sent you swooping down and you're like, we're doing this, we're doing something. Ah! And you went down.
Moses Mambita. You know, can I tell you, I tried to write a bit about that, but because it was such a weird experience to have black guys harness you in. Like, you don't have black guys harness you in often.
Yeah.
It's that jumping off stadiums
Yeah,
is
usually getting harnessed in by like, you know.
New Zealand. All right, Bob's your uncle. I'm going to zip zap here. Tip tap. Trevor, you want to take a look at him? And he's like, oh, looks
I'm
good to
thinking
me.
more like carny people.
No, it's always Aussies and Kiwis. And then to have black guys do it.
Where?
They just-
In the U.S.?
And no, when I jumped off of that stadium in Africa, it was all brothers. Of course, it's like the Richard Pryor joke. You know, I went to Africa and everyone's black that does
Yeah, the
everything
pilots
over
are black, and he was just like, "Shit, I never
Yeah.
looked at it like this."
there. And
Yeah.
then when you're getting harnessed in, you're real. Like you're like, oh, I've never seen a black guy jump off shit like this.
Right.
I'm not comfortable with you guys harnessing me in because I've never seen black
Black guys
do
always
this.
make fun of white guys because we do shit like this.
And now they're tighten me up, and I just go, "Do you want to take a look?" And he's like, "You're good." And I go, "No, wait, do you want to have someone else look at it?" And he's like, "No, I did it. You're good. Let's go."
Did you clarify? I'm not English or Dutch. Who took over?
Yeah,
Who
no.
ruined their lives down there?
The Dutch.
The Dutch.
Which white
The
people? Yeah.
Dutch.
Yeah, the Dutch.
Yeah, I'm not Dutch, guys. And then he knees me. You'll see. Like, this is so not a white guy thing.
Yeah.
But like, as you go to jump, he knees you to make sure you clear it because he don't want you to hit your head ultimately.
Yeah.
But it looks a lot like he's just pushing you
Shoving
off.
you
Just
off.
like, fuck it, beat it. But yeah, that was crazy. And then I showed it to Isla, and Isla's an interesting kid. I showed it to Isla, thinking she'd think I was badass, and then she gets up there and she sees me with all the black guys, and she goes, oh, "Is that the Wu-Tang Clan?" I go, "No, it's not the Wu-Tang Clan, baby." Yeah, I gotta fucking sit down and try to write all those adventures I've done, write them into an hour.
Do you know that a friend of mine works at a music venue, and he said it's like a venue that you may pretty decent size. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't say which one, but he said
Hollywood Bowl.
they watch. You know, they have all these music acts come in, and he's like, you know, you're just like, who cares? And we had Wu-Tang coming up, and he's like, there was just such a buzz amongst the staff that works there. Anyways, they perform. Everyone's all excited, and a girl he works with is like, "I'm gonna get on that bus. I'm gonna fuck one of those guys." And he's like,
The odds are good. I mean, there's like 18 of them.
"Yeah." He's like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." And she goes on,
Complete failure as a parent. Go ahead.
comes off, and she blew like the crew. She blew the entire Bet she blew the Wu-Tang Clan.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Guys could be in relationships. You have no idea. Fool. Jesus, where's your man card? Where is your man card? Tom Segura. Wow.
The best thing is that she started to cry so much. Why? Because they were so mean to her.
As she's blowing, they're just like, this whore's sucking on her dicks. And she's like, this isn't what I thought it would be.
Can you imagine how mean those guys could be?
This is the first emotion. Told you, he's the biggest psycho. This is the first emotion that he's shown. Some poor woman who's got herself staring at 9 dicks and realized 2.5 in she doesn't want to do it. And he just, this is what I thought it was going to be. I want to get off.
So she's in bed, and they're like, "Do we need to call the police or something?" And she's like, "No, I did it voluntarily, but they were just so mean about it." Oh. So can you imagine?
Dude, that's fucked up that guy said, do we need to call the police? He's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Did she say? I mean,
No, she was just traumatized.
But you can imagine they were just fucking...
Like, she blew you, God. She
would
blew...
you stop it?
Ghost.
Stop. You don't know this.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
She blew you, God. She blew Ghostface. Can you imagine the shit that Ghostface talks to?
They had one of the crew guys with Old Dirty Bastards like portrait in front of his face. This is horrible.
She blew you, God.
I don't like that this is the biggest laugh on the podcast. This is horrific. He's wiping tears away from his face.
Is he an official member? I don't know. I've never seen him on an album.
She probably blew everybody, and then Capadonna was like, "What about me?" Just stuffing dick in her mouth.
You're right. He is the biggest fucking psycho.
Oh, shit.
I'm sweating right now.
That's my favorite memory of this year, was hearing that story the first time.
I'm not gonna admit, I was. It's sad. Sad story. I wanted to go on and have a great time.
Yeah. I bet it starts
Like if
good.
you saw Heart and you got to fuck the 2 chicks back in the day, right?
Oh,
You'd be
yeah.
psyched. You wouldn't be crying like, they were mean to me.
Oh, just fucking...
Yeah, bitch.
That, that's not going to... Someone should have stopped her before that. I mean, like, this isn't what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, you forgot to suck the inspector's
It's like
dick.
backpacking through Vietnam. You're like, it seems like a good idea, but it's a real lot harder. It's a lot of fucking...
They must have not sold out that night and they were in just a bad mood.
You walk into all the... Oh, shit, we didn't hit our bonus? Fuck, you guys not getting paid.
Yeah, they're mad because it used to be 9 different girls.
Yeah, now it's just
Now they gotta wait
one.
their turn.
Yeah, and you imagine if you're like number 8, you're a little salty by that time. You're like, fucking seriously?
I had the two hottest verses on the last album. There's no fucking way I should have been 8.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's kill this
we're
whiskey.
gonna end on that.
Yeah. Do you have any dates you want to promote, Bill?
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the women's festival. Raise awareness for not getting on a fucking
God.
tour bus.
God, that feels
Tampa.
fucking good.
That's really good,
I'm going to be
man.
in Atlanta.
When are you in Atlanta?
I don't know.
Tabernacle?
No. Fox Theater, and then I'm doing something in Gainesville. And as always, we always forget to get the hotel rooms, and you forget that 100,000 people descending.
What do you
on
do?
the place. You stay in a different city.
Oh.
And then you get a bus. And you
I want to
drive.
do, next year, get a bus, go to a Thursday night college game, do a gig Friday,
There you
go to another game Saturday, and then do gigs throughout the week and go one more Saturday, like, big game. I want to do, like, a 10-day
Dude, I'm
run.
trying to go to like every fucking school that has a football team because I've already gone to every professional sports team in the 4 sports other than like fucking 20 of them. So now I'm down to college, and I'm just gonna try to go through all like the divisions. Dude, I was on the plane looking up like the Mountain West division. Oh. And I'm just like, all right, they have all those state schools. It's like Boise State, Colorado
Yeah.
State, Fresno State, San Jose State, San Diego State, Air Force, Hawaii.
You got to go to
Wyoming,
a North Dakota
New
State
Mexico. Yeah, I would definitely do it. I would go up there to go to a hockey game.
game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd
Go
do
to
that.
Fargo.
Dude, like people, that's not the
Bison.
comics sleep on those fucking states. Like those, first of all, the people are so fucking psyched that they finally don't have to drive all the way to Minneapolis for a gig that you come there. Dude, I did a gig in Deadwood. Was the shit.
You did a show in Deadwood?
Yeah, and they got this fucking place there that sells these candies that like all the fucking ritzy people out here when they have like they like fly them in or some shit, and you go in this little fucking hole in the wall thing. All these chocolates. So I came back, little box of chocolates for my wife. That's a big thing too. When you have a nice guys' weekend and you're having a good time, you got to come back with some macaroons or something.
Yeah,
just to fucking be like, yeah, there was a moment during this awesome time when I was away from you that I actually did think about.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to figure my routing out more than just, sure, sounds good.
No, that's how I used to do it when I used to get like all these college gigs. I remember one of the best days I had. I went to a day game, the Milwaukee Brewers at County Stadium, and then I did my gig at night, and then the next day I drove up to like Minnesota was my next gig, and they had another day game. It was like on the weekend. Did a Saturday and a Sunday, and I went to the old Homer Dome, the Minnesota Twins, which was such a shithole. But like just Kirby Puckett and all the great games that I saw there, and Rod Carew. He was on the Angels by then when I really started watching him. But like, and I think the Friday night I flew in early and went to like a Cubs game or a White Sox game. It was just fucking. It was awesome. Baseball's easy. Forever hoop has been hard.
How do you score most tickets? Like when you go to any of these games?
I used to just scalp. Back in the day when I just had like the disposable camera, I got to find where they are. I have like these pictures of me by myself in front of all these stadiums that no longer exist.
Yeah.
And the picture, I'm gonna go to the game by myself, and the picture's taken by a complete stranger. And
Really?
It's just me standing there. Oh yeah, this English girl who married a buddy of mine was saying that I should make a coffee table book and call it Billy No Mates, because that's like an expression when they go into a pub and there's a guy drinking in the corner. And they be, hey, look at Billy No Mates over here. So,
that's hilarious.
But I just don't think it would translate. You could tell by the.
But now, like when you're going to that Florida game,
I've really been bombing.
You when you go to the Florida game, will you just go like on StubHub or something?
Yeah, that's what I do. Like,
I have
something?
tons of
I have a thing.
friends.
I don't like hitting people up for fucking tickets.
No, neither do I.
I hate
that's
doing
horrible.
that. Like,
see, the problem is,
one time when I was in, I got to know some guy who was affiliated with the Yankees. Okay, and I used to go there all the fucking time. I'm rooting against the Yankees. I was living in New York, but I would go there and I saw all those the '98 Yankees. I saw all those great teams. And the one time I ever hit them up was like in August. They were playing the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays sucked. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to, because I hooked him up with some comedy tickets. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to do this. And, you know, when they make the playoffs, if I want to go, you know, I'll StubHub the thing. But I'm not going to hit this guy up, you know, when it's just like, you know, game 7.
Yeah.
You know, can I get 2 behind home plate? I was like, I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, really, dude, 162 fucking games in the year, you don't hit me up, and all of a sudden you're going to come by in fucking October. Come on.
It's like that. Didn't you do that gig where you had to ride the bus and do stand-up to get tickets?
I never did it, though.
Oh, you never did it?
Patrice was the final blow.
Really?
After they did a headlining set trashing me. SD offered the gig. It was 2 buses of Braves fans going up in 1999. Or something like that. Or was it 2000? 2000 they played the Mets. 99.
Yeah.
And I'd never been to a World Series game. I was so excited. And the gig wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah.
All you had to do was just shit on the fucking Yankees. And the traffic would be rough.
Yeah.
And I would just trash New York the whole way up. It would have been a fucking easy gig. So as much as they made it, but they just, unbeknownst to me, Norton turned the gig down. And I'm sitting at the fucking table at the Cellar, and all the killers were there. It was Patrice, rest his soul, Keith Robinson, Kevin Hart, Rich Voss, Jim Norton. Each one of them could have done a half hour alone trashing me, and they were all together like the Wu-Tang Clan and formed. Dude, they started trashing me, and I fought back for about a minute, and I just sat there. I got destroyed, and I'd already given the gig to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I kept my mouth shut and didn't say, I'm not doing it. I gave it to so-and-so. And I made like a promise I would never say who did it. And then he actually outed himself that he actually did the gig.
Just tell me who it was. He already outed himself.
Yeah. Steve Byrne did it.
Oh, shit.
Steve Byrne did it. And I go, how was it? He goes, dude, it was fucking brutal. But he goes, when I got that ticket, I just fucking jetted. And I go, was it awesome? He goes, oh, yeah, it was totally fucking worth it. Yeah. So after the end of the trashing, dude, like they were trashing me so bad, complete strangers who came in.
Wait, they're trashing you for accepting the gig?
The gig.
Yeah.
Oh, they were like, so Bill, when they bring you up, how you going to come out of the bathroom? Or you going to walk up those little stairs? It was an hour of that. You're going to grab like the microphone, like the bus driver's going to be like, okay, we're all loading up, but first, and then Patrice had the best one. This is like a visual joke, and he was just like, how are you going to finish your set? And he just like had me facing the fucking bus, the crowd on the bus, and I just go like, thanks a lot, you guys have been great. And then I sit down and they're all getting off the bus and just going like, yeah, hey, thanks a lot. Oh, yeah, thanks a lot. Like reaching over my shoulder as they walk by. Dude, it was a fucking hour of that. And all these people I didn't know were either laughing or going like, oh, the people going, oh, was even worse. And I just sat there and I took it. And like the beating was so bad, I so wanted to tap out and say Burn did it. But
yeah, he just took it like a man.
Yeah, and dude, 16 years later, I finally said it. Because I even when he said that he ended up doing the gig.
Yeah.
I did stand up at a fucking minor league game.
You did a bit of minor league
Dan
game.
Godfrey set it up.
Seriously?
And it was Ricky Henderson's AAA game where he came out.
The Newark Bears.
The Sea Dogs. He was playing with the San Diego Sea Dogs.
Really?
Yeah, man. It was so they had me do stand up before the game started, while all the players are standing outside of the dugouts watching me, and then it was so painful.
Were you on the pitcher's mound?
I was. Yeah.
Could you pick a base? I'm only doing this if I'm second base.
I think so.
If somebody throws something, they can't get it that far.
They go, you're going to come back. After I finished, they go, you're going to come back during the 7th inning stretch. And I turned to Dan and I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. He's like, he can't fucking do it. We're not going to do it. He's like, it's the worst idea of all time. And I go, it's your fucking idea.
Yeah, but dude, you're not like baseball, apple pie, Chevrolet, bring your 8-year-old kid, and all of a sudden Tom Segura comes out.
Yeah.
No, it was terrible.
There's a guy that a tiger in
You
his
should have got
eye.
hammered.
I know, I should have.
Oh, you pussies in the crowd. Let me guess. You're going to make your kid play baseball instead of football?
All right, I got a piece of
I hope your daughters suck the Wu-Tang's dicks. Thanks a lot. You guys are great. 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game.
Ricky Henderson, everybody.
Go Sea Dogs.
And I made fun of him. I made fun of how old Ricky Henderson was. I bombed so hard.
All right, let's wrap this
Let's
up.
wrap it up. Happy 200th.
Happy 200th.
Thank you,
buddy.
guys. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
No worries.
I love you guys.